your local source for top-performing Kent feed products, bulk grass seed, bulk bird seed, lawn care essentials, dust control solutions, and much more, all accompanied with exceptional service. The Lamar's Agri Center, your source for everything that grows.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
Lamar's Physical Therapy wants to wish our student athletes a successful and injury-free season. But if injury occurs, our therapists are here to get you back into the game. No doctor referral needed. Call us at 546-1718. Lamar's Physical Therapy, your hometown therapy provider.
At Roosters Harley-Davidson in Sioux City, you can find your perfect ride with bikes, gear, and service you can trust. Find them online at roostersh-d.com or stop by Roosters Harley-Davidson today, where your next ride is waiting. Every day is game day when you feel your best. At Game Day Men's Health in Dakota Dunes, they help you boost energy, build muscle, and reclaim your edge. Get your testosterone checked today and visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com for more.
Men's fashions, tuxedo rentals, and dry cleaning services. That's Mesher's Clothing, downtown Lamar's. Open weekdays 9 till 5:30, Saturdays 9 till 4. See Chad for all your fashion needs. That's Mesher's in the middle, downtown Lamar's.
Make sure you can see the ball clearly. Schedule your annual eye exam today at Gretkin Family Eye Care, downtown Lamar's. They'll treat you like family, and they have the most stylish eyewear selection in town. Gretkin Family Eye Care.
It's now time for high school football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM, KLEM.
Motion, Grant out of the backfield, sits and looks to throw. They're going to take a shot up the right sideline for Tyson Augustine over the shoulder, catch 30, 25-20, sheds the tackle from Langton at the 10, and he gets into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown.
High school football.
Throws toward the right sideline, overthrew his man, and the ball's picked off. Keegan Bogue flags it down, and the Dogs will take over in Monarch territory.
With all the action, here's KLEM Sports Director Daniel Versteeg.
Live from Open Space Park in Sioux Center, week 3 of the high school football season is a half hour away from kicking off as non-district play resumes for the Lamar's Community Bulldogs, and they renew a rivalry tonight with the Sioux Center Warriors. It's the first meeting between these two since 2020. The Bulldogs are 1-1 on the season after losing to Class 3A's number 1 ranked team, the Bishop Heelan Crusaders, by a score of 27-12 last week. Rough first half, much better second half. We'll talk about that a little bit in the pregame show. Sioux Center, meanwhile, they are 2-0, and would you believe Sioux Center has not started 2-0 since 2020 when they beat the Bulldogs last in that regular season series. So the Warriors are feeling pretty good about themselves, especially considering last year they went 1-8. This Warrior squad looking to try and dethrone the Bulldogs once again and send Lamar's into their final non-district contest with a 1-2 record. Well, with that said, we welcome you into our broadcast of Bulldog football alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteeg with you here on KLEM Lamar's. Online audio is found on our website, KLEM1410.com. You can also check out a video stream that is found on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. If you're watching, you can see our great sponsors in the corner of your screen. Well, Gabe, let's dive into the last week. Okay, the Bulldogs played the number 1 team in the state, got down 20-0 at halftime, and man, it looked like it was going to be a really rough night. But man, that second half, take away the kick return after cutting the score down to 1 possession, and gosh, I think Lamar's has got to be pretty pleased with how they were able to come back against the Crusaders.
Yeah, even in a loss, they showed a lot. It was not the prettiest first half. Actually, the defense played really well, and the offense just could not get the run game going. But once they could establish a little bit of a run game, Jamie moved around a little bit, and then the pass game picked up. But the defense played really, really well, kept them in it, aside from a couple plays. Unfortunately, a couple turnovers, special teams mishaps, those types of things really, really cost the Bulldogs. But you can't – there's no moral victories. You know, you can't be like, well, if only – but really there is some positives out of that. You lose to a really, really good team that's going to be battle-tested. They're going to be right there at the end of the year in the 3A. bracket. So you can gain a lot from it. I know coaches, they watched the film, they learned where to grow from, and that's what these early games are, because really, including this week and next week, yes, they mean a lot, but they're scrimmages. They're scrimmages where people show up and the community comes out. But the reality of it is, if you win the next 5 after, you're in the playoffs.
And you host.
Yeah, and you host. And that's where you want to be. So, and we know what the district is going to entail. It's going to be difficult. So last week was a very, very good sort of dipstick to see kind of where we're at. Are we where we want to be? No, not yet, but we've got some tools there.
Well, and the work has been put in here this last week in practice to get ready and to see if you can improve from that, like you talked about, and getting ready for a Sioux Center squad who's feeling really good about themselves. This team's kind of been up and down the last couple of years. Of course, the Warriors had that great run into the quarterfinal round of the postseason in 2023 and actually lost to Bishop Heelan on this field in double overtime to go to the Unidome. That was a tough pill to swallow for them. They went 1-8 last year, but now sitting at 2-0. Regardless of who those 2 wins are against, this team's playing some pretty good football early in the year.
Yeah, and as much as we want to say last week, you can gain a lot from even a loss. You gain confidence from wins, no matter who it is. Like we left Council Bluffs and we're thinking, hey, we got some confidence and we're rolling. They've done that the last 2 weeks. They played some teams that they probably should beat, and they took care of business. They did what they were supposed to do. They got out big on Sheldon early last week. I think it was 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. So they really rolled through that, and so they have confidence. And I've heard it a million times through coaching. 16, 17, 18-year-old kid with confidence can be unstoppable if things keep going. So that's what we need to do. We need to gain that confidence early tonight and kind of maybe push them back a little bit.
And to piggyback off of that, the key word in that is early. If I look at Sioux Center, you mentioned the kind of the big first half they had against Sheldon. Well, on the season, they've scored 63 total points. 42 of them have come in the first half. 28 of them have come in the first quarter. You look at Lamar's, and, well, it's been sometimes a struggle to score in the first half. Obviously didn't score in the first half last week, and outside of, I guess, Abe Lincoln, that was really all you could muster was points in the first quarter. So I would have to imagine you don't want to put a whole lot on the first drive, but it really could set the tone for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it always can when teams are not as familiar with each other. And since we haven't played, these guys have played in multiple sports over the years. They know each other. But it is coming out and setting the tone. Is it the end-all, be-all? Absolutely not. But the reality is, if you can go down and score and hold them, and then you get an opportunity to maybe go up 2 scores right away, that helps everything and everyone involved, especially coming off a tough one last week.
This is, as you mentioned, Lamar's and Sioux Center, they play each other every year in basketball. They play each other every year in baseball. We see each other in track meets, wrestling meets, all that kind of stuff. But this is the first time that the Bulldogs, under head coach Ken Vigdahl, have played against Sioux Center. And, of course, there's a little something building off of that. Coach Vigdahl, his first head coaching job was here at Sioux Center. Tim Van Riggenmorter is the current coach of Sioux Center. He succeeded Coach Vigdahl, was his defensive coordinator for a couple of years. Not only that, you also have 2 brothers coaching against each other today. So whether the coaches might admit it or not, there's probably a little extra on this non-district matchup.
Yeah, and there always is. And I really think that when you look at things, there's always those understories and those things. It's cool that the VKs get to play each other today. But at the end of it, they're going to shake hands, probably give each other a hug and see each other this weekend some other time. The coaching circles are small. You really, when you get into it, you really see that, this guy coached here and this guy coached here. So I don't even know how long VR's been here. He's been here a long time. I don't know how long ago it was that Coach was here, but it was a long time ago for someone to come back around and play him again. That's kind of a unique deal, but I know that both of them hope the other team and the other coach leaves unhappy tonight. That's bar none, bottom line. Everybody wants the other guy, no matter how much they respect him, care about him, even if it's your brother, you want them to leave a little bit less happy than you do.
Yeah, 2006, I believe, was the last year that Coach Vigdahl was the head coach of Sioux Center. Maybe 2007, I'll correct that, 2007. Coach Van Riggenmorter takes over in 2008. He's led the Warriors since then, and we'll see these 2 former coaching teammates coach against each other with their teams meeting up for the first time in 5 years. Lamar's Community Sioux Center gets set to continue non-district action in the back half of the non-district schedule now. 3 of 4, and we'll get you all the action here in just a moment. We're going to first turn our attention to Ken Vigdahl, the head coach of the Bulldogs, get his thoughts on this matchup, and we'll do that coming up in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to Lamar's Community Football on our Friday Night Football pregame show right here on KLEM Radio.
Wagner Auto Supply is proud to support our area athletes and their families. As you travel from game to game, take care of your vehicle with new filters, batteries, windshield wipers, and wiper fluid from Wagner Auto Supply, 1st Street Northwest, Lamar's.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to cnos.net to learn more.
Get more because you deserve more with Kylie Petty's Century 21 ProLink, serving Lamar since 2011. Wishing our local teams a successful season. Visit KyliePetty.com for your real estate needs.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
From playtime to game time, Launchpad Children's Museum fuels young imaginations while our hometown sports teams inspire the next generation of champions. Best of luck to our area teams from Launchpad Children's Museum.
This is Carter Melvin, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our Friday Night Football pregame show right here on KLEM Radio. Daniel Versteg with you as we get you ready for a non-district matchup, the 3rd out of 4 for Lamar's Community, as the Bulldogs head to Open Space Park in Sioux Center to take on the Sioux Center Warriors. First matchup between the two since 2020. And to continue previewing the matchup, we're joined by the head coach of the Bulldogs. It's Coach Ken Vigdahl. Well, Coach, a great start for the season with you guys beating Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln in Week 1, but then facing off with a really good Bishop Heelan squad. Tell me, as you kind of dissected film the last few days and then were able to maybe implement some things here into practice, what were some lessons you guys could take out of your matchup with the number 1 team in the state?
Well, I think the biggest lesson of the week was you have to do the little things right. No matter what you're doing, it could be, us lining up for stretch. It could be us watching special teams. It could be us being excited for a teammate, shaking hands, whatever. You have to do the little things right, because if you go back and look at the game against Heelan, those were the things that hurt us. Was those little things. If you do those little things right, it takes care of the big things. And then it ended up we didn't take care of the little things. So guess what happened? The big things kind of exploded, and we found ourselves. We talked about on Saturday. The 5 or 6 critical mistakes that we had, and that all kind of led to it.
The thing is, though, for you especially, you have to be pretty encouraged with how you guys play. Yes, the first half and the mistakes that you guys made certainly loom large, obviously, in the outcome of the game. But the fact that you guys were down 20-0 at halftime to the number 1 team in the state and fought all the way back to make it a 1-score game there late in the contest, how much did you learn about your team in that regard and the fight that they can put up any Friday night?
Well, the thing I think we found out were 2 things that are great positives for us is, number 1, we don't quit, and Number two is we became a really physical football team in the second half. We kind of moved that way in the first half, but I really thought the second half we became a really physical football team. I thought we tackled. I thought we blocked extremely hard. And so all of those things, those two things together, we're not going to quit. We're going to give it our best shot. And number two is becoming a physical football team, because you know as well as I do that being physical is a huge part of this game.
Yeah, and it's something you can't teach always as well. So it's good to see you guys show that at least last week there in the second half. Now you take on Sioux Center, and before we kind of dive into all of the things they might do and how you plan on stopping it or exploiting it tonight, for you especially, how special is it to go back to a place that you called home for quite a while, coach against a guy you coached with, and renew that rivalry in a sense?
Yeah, that was my first head coaching job there. Like you said, I coached with their head coach. He was the defensive coordinator when I was there. And there's former players on the staff, and then just all the friends that when you move, you still keep. And so, we've had quite a few texts from former players and friends that, hey, can't wait to see you Friday night, but we are going to beat you. You have to throw that in there, of course. So that's fine. That's what friends do, and that's what, but I'm going to tell you, when that, ball is kicked off, that first kickoff, it's all about winning and being successful and trying to come home with a win.
Absolutely. They're just another team at that point. And let's talk about that team. They are 2-0 to start the year, which is considerably better than how they did last year, winning just one football game. What stands out about the first two games in which they've been able to not only win, but win considerably against some of their opponents to start the year?
And they really faced two different types of opponents. We talked about Unity, where Unity really threw the ball a lot of the game and ran, not so much. But I thought their pass defense was well protected with Unity's passing game. And Unity had some really good shots, and they took them and made some plays. But with Tim running that cover 3 and that cover 2, they were able to get pressure on the Unity quarterback. And so that's one thing we really have to be aware of, is when we pass the ball, do we have enough to cover? And they run that 3 front, so they have to blitz and they have to slant and they have to do all that stuff. So I thought our offensive line really did a great job this week of picking it up and stuff like that. And then they played Sheldon, which was really a primarily some type of an unbalanced kind of a power game and stuff. And then their front 7 really took charge of that game. So and then their offense has been able to score points, but in Sheldon, their defense was able to actually score too. So, they've got the ability to get some turnovers and stuff like that. And when your defense scores, that's obviously a positive.
Ken Vigdal with us, the head coach of Lamar's Community Football, on our Friday Night Football pregame show. You were talking about the defensive front they'll run with the 3-down linemen, and then they utilize 5 linebackers in that formation as well. Tell me about, so the blitzes they run. What were some of the things you had to tell your line about picking up the blitzes so that they could execute it so well this week here in practice?
So we broke it down to the inside 3 and the outside 2, our guard centers, and then our 2 tackles, because the inside they're going to run a double A gap blitz at times, and if you're pulling a guard, a counter, you got to be able to pick those 2 guys up, and it's called a down for us, or over would probably more what you guys would understand.
Yep.
So we got to make sure we pick that up. On the outside, he's going to get a 5-tech right on top of the tackle, and then he's either going to knife to the inside, and then they're going to bring a backer off the offside. So if we're in a pass set, he can't attack that tackle in that 5-tech. It's an out call there, so he can communicate with the guard, hey, we need to protect outside here. So, the one thing about it, we've talked about it, you run a 3 front just like AL did. You run a 3 front, you have to blitz. So you have to bring 4, you bring 5. And then they'll bring a few more than that even. And so, we just have to be ready for it. We have to be ready with it, with our offensive line and our running backs. But even with our play calls, we got to understand, every team and every offensive coordinator and every defensive coordinator has tendencies, and we just got to be able to kind of weed those out and make sure we're doing the right thing at the right time.
When it comes to moving the football for you guys, obviously we know you like to be very balanced. You run a lot early, and then you can still bust out some big plays in the passing game when you need to. What are some of the things you're going to be looking for in terms of, let's say, running the football against a three-man front? I know that's usually the time where you can have success running the football, at least stereotypically. What do you need to do to move the football well against their defensive formation?
Well, even though they have a three-man front, they're going to run a 3-3 stack or a 3-5, however you want to say it. But at the end, they still have 6 people in the box. So, what we have to look at, we have to have our quarterback make sure he reads inside zone. That takes care of the backside defensive end and the backside linebacker to eliminate some of that. Our RPOs have to be, solid. I mean, you're going to leave 6 in the box. That leaves 5 out somewhere else. So, you can't cover everybody out there too. And so those are all important things. We talked about is we have to take care of the blitzes, like you said. And so for us to be able to run the ball, we have to mix it up. You might see a little more jet sweep out of us this week than what you've seen in the last, week or two. So we're going to give them another concept to have to defend.
Ken Vigdahl again with us, the head coach of Lamar's Community Football, getting ready to take on Sioux Center in the third of 4 non-district games the Bulldogs will play in this regular season. Let's flip sides of the field, Coach. We talked a lot about their defense. How about their offense now? I noticed they have had a little bit more success when it comes to passing the football compared to running, just by sheer numbers anyway. What stands out about how they get their receivers the football and how you need to try and defend them, I guess?
Well, it's about like everybody else that runs the spread, and that they've kind of graduated to some different formations than what they've had in years past. And so you'll see them in the 2x2, you'll see them in the 3x1, and something that we call near with a wing and stuff like that. So, the big thing for us is crossing routes. When we run our combo, we got to be able to see the inside or the outside receiver, taking that inside path, and the outside guy running an arrow or an outside path, and things like that. So their crossing routes are there. The Sam Bolt kid, he's a big physical kid. They like to get him running inside zone and on the edge and stuff like that. So we've got to be able to play disciplined football. We got to play lane football. We can't get up the field and create a underneath pass lane or a run lane for the running back. And then, like I said, our back 5 has done a great job all year. They just got to continue being them.
When you talk about some of those lane and gap assignments and the things that you have to do in that regard, I hear a lot of coaches always talk about eye discipline with that. It's not so much how you fill the gap or the lane. It's can you stay focused at the task at hand? How have you guys been able to do with that this week, and how have you seen that play out, I guess, as you've been preparing?
Well, I think that starts on Monday with our defensive film that we watch. And you take last week, are you following the ball or are you following your keys? And sometimes, guards pull, linebackers read guards through. And so are you following the ball or where you think the ball is, or you're following your guards? Because let's be honest, guards in high school football will take you to the ball 90% of the time. And so where is your eye discipline? We talk about that with linebackers. We talk about that with our defensive backs where, okay, your man has made a cut or a break. Where do your eyes go? If you're peeking in the backfield too long, guess what happens? Yep, they get by you. So, all of that comes into play when you're watching film, and, you don't think you can see people's eyes on film, but it's not really just their eyes, it's where their helmet's located. Is their helmet facing the guy? Is he, are they looking at the guy? And you can just tell when somebody's looking in the backfield, because as a defensive back anyway, your feet usually freeze when you don't know where the ball is. The same way with the linebacker. If you're searching for the ball, your feet are usually not moving. You read your keys and your guard pulls away, you're going to follow because there's a kick out coming somewhere.
Yep. Last thing for you, Coach, is as we near kickoff here, if you guys are to bounce back and get back in the win column with the game tonight, what do you foresee could be the difference in allowing you to come away 2-1 tonight?
I think offense offense being able to keep the ball and have 10 play drives, 15 play drives. Obviously, our special teams are going to have to be what their word is, special. They cannot allow any big-time plays. And then our defense just continue to do what they do and maybe not give up quite so much ground to get, pin them back a little bit more. So all of those things are important for us, but let's minimize the mistakes. Let's go out and play free. Play as fast and as serious as you can, and really let the score take care of itself when it's done. Because if you're worrying about the score the whole time, you're not really doing your job, and you're not doing your job fast enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a great contest. Looking forward to seeing how you guys do with it. Coach, appreciate your time, and best of luck tonight.
Hey, thanks, Daniel.
Absolutely. He's Ken Vigdahl, head coach of Lamar's Community Football. We're back to kick this one off in just a moment here on KLEM.
Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's is a proud supporter of area athletics. They focus on strong, healthy bodies with all their dairy products. And they continue to strive hard to provide the best possible dairy products to their customers. That's Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
MRK Insurance knows that teamwork is dreamwork. At MRK Insurance, you get a great partner for all of your insurance needs. Visit them today on Central Avenue in Lamar's for a no-obligation quote for all of your insurance needs. That's MRK Insurance in Lamar's.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling. I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee in Lamar's.
Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC in Lamar's supports our local student athletes, trusted for generations with reliable legal guidance. So when you are in need of legal services, consult with one of the attorneys at Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC, located at 38 First Avenue Northwest, Lamar's, Iowa.
This is Ken Vigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM KLEM.
We welcome you back to Sioux Center and our coverage of Bulldog football right here on KLEM Lamar's. Online audio is found twice to the second half. And so we're going to see the Sioux Center offense on the field first as they'll line up to receive this kick from Jordan Luna. And we'll see if the Bulldogs can get off to a better start than they did last week against the Bishop Heelan Crusaders, getting down 20-0. That would be very imperative, especially after the start Sioux Center had last week against the Sheldon Orbs. I'd love to just get it out of the way early, and a good way of doing that, setting the tone, getting a stop defensively, and turning it into points on the other side.
Well, yeah, and even if you go back to like our last kickoff last week, it was returned. So special teams were a little bit of a bugaboo last week, and you know, Coach talked about on the pregame the little things, and it starts right here with this kick. I mean, we've relied on Kabongo, Giovanni, who's kicking now down the road, but we relied on him for 4 years to make plays here, and so this first kickoff is a big deal.
Joseph Molina, Jake Lane, they're back to return the Jordan Luna kick, and here we go. Week 3's underway with a high right-footed end-over-end kick, and back at his own 3-yard line. Lane takes it out. In between the hashes he goes to the 15-20. Might have gotten eaten by the turf monster as he's also tripped up on the play by Landon Hightree on the stop. And Sioux Center will have 1st and 10, starting with the football at their own 24-yard line.
Yeah, and that's perfect. And that's what makes special teams at this level so important, is those younger kids. Landon Hightree, sophomore, running down. He's going to have a few opportunities to run down tonight, so he's got to make the best of him and a host of his classmates that are sophomores.
And they've done a pretty good job of that, again, outside of that kick returned for a touchdown last week against Bishop Heelan. Sioux Center lines up with 2 men in the backfield. Ezra Hibna stands in between them in the shotgun, and he takes the snap. He gives up the middle, cutting back in between the hashes, and a nice gain on first down up to about the 30-yard line. That looked like it was Joseph Molina on the carry. It's 6 yards. It's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and Andrew Grant was right there. He was right there. He just had a little bit more forward lean than he needed. You know, that's a tackle that he's going to make. Sometimes it's the speed of the game. You got to get going, but that's when he needs to just run right through his chest and finish that driving back. A totally different momentum if that happens.
Sioux Center will line up with these 2 men in the backfield multiple times with Hibma in the shotgun. Now he turns to the other running back. Cody Sandbolt sprints up the middle. He's got a big gain, slips out of an ankle tackle at midfield. Penalty flag behind it as Sandbolt goes up the right numbers to the 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone for a Sioux Center touchdown. We'll hold on for just a moment. It is, for now, a 70-yard touchdown run by Cody Sandbolt. Well, we got to await that penalty flag that's sitting there at the 50.
Back.
Yep. So I think this one's all coming back, but a really powerful run up the middle by Sandbolt. He was able to get past the first wave, slip out of the next wave, and then he had some speed to burn downfield as well.
Yeah, and he's not Kason Thomas. I mean, and this is no offense to him at all, but he is a hard runner. And we didn't tackle Kason a couple times last week because he was a hard runner. Those tackles have to be made. We have to be more physical at the point of attack. And when we do, good things are going to happen, but you just have to match it. Now he's got to come out. He just had a 70-something yard run.
And it doesn't count. So the Bulldogs get a learning lesson there. As it is, we have a block in the back, I believe, is the call. The chains move. This is a spot foul. It's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and it is going to be the result of it will give them a first down anyway. So in all of that, they gain 8 yards, but they do not get that 70-yard touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of Sioux Center, as the Warriors still moving the ball pretty effectively. Now just 1 man in the backfield. It is Joseph Molina off the right hip of Ezra Hibma. 3 receivers to his left. Helmet high snap and a play fake. Pass toward the left side. A screen caught by Jake Lane. There was nowhere for him to go. A number of Bulldogs there around the ball handler for the stop. It's Andrew Grant making the tackle. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
And that's the one he has to make. You know, that's the one he met him middle on, and Christopher Sanchez pushed him back in, I believe. And when that happened, Andrew was right there. That's what good defense is, and we're going to get that. We're going to continue to improve on that. That was a great play.
It's a loss of 2 on the play. It is 2nd down and a dozen here for Sioux Center with 10:07 to go in the first quarter. This is the first possession of the game, so we are scoreless still early in this matchup. 2nd down and 12. Slot left, motions to the receiver on the right side. Drop it to throw. Hibma, 3-step drop. He got blown up in the backfield. The ball is up. It's picked up by Hogue. He runs inside the 20, and he's brought down to the 15-yard line. Oh, a blitzer came free off the edge, poked the football away from Hibma. Hogue picked it up, and the Dogs have a first down in the red zone.
And I'm not sure if that was Sanchez or if that was Andrew Grant. It was 5 or 6, I believe, came flying off there, and you just hoped he had enough time to get there. He did, pushed it back, and the Bulldogs are in very good territory right now.
A really good chance to score with 9:48 left to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs at the Sioux Center 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for Jamie Sitzman, and now everybody stands up. And I think the ball is not in play yet. There we go. We're ready to go again. 1st and 10 for the Dogs in the red zone. Andrew Grant motions left to right. And they give it to him around the edge on the sweep. Up the right seam he goes. Steps out of a tackle across the 10. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 8. That's an 8-yard pickup. At least 2nd and 2.
And the momentum. You go from 70-some yard touchdown, 60-some yard touchdown. And Bulldogs are like, oh, no, here we go, to a loss and then a turnover, and now we're 7 yards away from a touchdown.
2nd down and 2 now for the Bulldogs on the right hash. Jamie Sitzman in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, and he takes a knee-high snap, fakes the give, keeps off the left side, gets a lead block from Augustine, bounces toward the sideline. He's in for a Bulldog touchdown. Jamie Sitzman's first touchdown of the year on the ground gives the Bulldogs a 6-0 lead early with 9:13 in the first.
Great blocks on the perimeter, great shields on the perimeter. There was a couple guys that if they extend their hands, they get called for the same block in the back that Sioux Center did. They didn't. Put their hands up, did their job. Great way to start. What a difference 2.5 minutes makes. Wow.
Point after try upcoming now for Jordan Luna, trying to put the cherry on top of the drive. and give the Bulldogs a 7-0 advantage early in this one with Sioux Center after the big fumble on the sack. The right-footed kick by Luna is inside left upright, and it is good. Your score is 7-0. Lamar's leads Sioux Center following the turnover and score by Jamie Sitzman. Back with more Bulldog football in just a moment here on KLEM Radio.
Certified Public Accountants Cruz & Cruz extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruz & Cruz Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
This is Andrew Grant, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our coverage of Bulldog football here on KLEM Lamar's. Online audio is found on our website, and that's KLEM1410.com. Your score here early on in this matchup, it is Lamar's 7 and Sioux Center nothing after a big play by the Dogs. The Bulldogs get a forced fumble, lead by Christopher Sanchez on the sack. Turns into an 8-yard touchdown run by Jamie Sitzman. The kickoff sails high into the end zone for a touchback, and that will give Sioux Center some tough field positions starting at their own 20. And this is exactly the kind of start we talked about, Gabe. You get a stop, a turnover no less, a touchdown, and now pin them back with some tough field position.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about the sack and the fumble and the forced fumble, but Jackson Hogue picked that up, and I think as it's happening, I think I might have verbally said just fall on it because usually the rule of thumb is if it's a big guy, just fall on it. But he had great hands. He extended it, got it down inside the 20. Great play, and the Bulldogs took advantage of it. Now they need to capitalize on it again.
Here is the first play for Sioux Center on this drive. It is Ezra Hidma in the shotgun. 2 men in the backfield. He turns, and he gives to Molina, and there's nowhere for him to go. And who else? It's Jackson Hogue there again on the stop. Just a gain of a yard, and it is 2nd down and 9.
And this is what's important for the Bulldogs. You see a couple guys filling in. You know, Kent Westhoff's on one side for an injury, and you have Hogue out there. He's doing his job. He didn't start in week 1. So seeing these guys out there extending their time is huge.
2nd down and 9 here for Sioux Center. Ball's at their own 21-yard line. Hidma in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. As Hidma tries to get the Warriors something going, he turns and he gives to Molina. He's cutting around defenders. He's got a nice gain in between the hashes across the 25 up to the 29-yard line. 8 yards will set up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, he kind of cut that back. That was a nice little design there to cut it back against the grain, and it won't be long, and they're going to run a little bit of an option out here, and we'll see if we can take care of that. You know, with all the inside pressure, they've just kept running it up the middle. They've had some success, but we need to make sure that we also protect the outside, and Tyson will be ready for that.
Big play here in this drive. 3rd down and 1 for Sioux Center at their own 29-yard line. 2 men in the backfield. The snap and give around the right side. It's Cody Sandbold. He's met in the open field. The stop made near the line to gain. It was Tegan Bogue who got the stop, but it was after a yard was picked up at the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down for Sioux Center.
Yeah, and a great crack block by the receiver out here. I think it was maybe number 23 or number 40, but he came down and cracked perfectly and really got just enough of the linebacker, so that way Tegan had to come from 15 yards deep.
Yep. And if it is number 40, that's a big guy crack blocking there, that tight end. He's 6'8", 200. That's a big body out there on the edge. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line for Sioux Center. Hidma out of the shotgun, takes a snap off his left shoulder, gives up the middle, and another big gain for Sioux Center on a run up the middle. 14 yards, and the carry by Joseph Molina gives them another 1st down.
Yeah, and I think we're just a little high in there. Chase Hammonds had a great week last week against Heelan, really causing problems, and it looks like he's maybe trying to swim over top, and he's getting pushed out of there, just making enough of a gap. So he's going to have to make sure he stays low, him and is that Hudson in there, staying low and clogging that up a little bit more.
1st down and 10 for Sioux Center, trying to get into Lamar's territory. Now at their own 44, it's Hidma taking the snap. He turns left, gives to the back again. That's Cody Sandbold, who falls forward after getting hit at the line of scrimmage. A 2-yard pickup to the 46 makes it 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Cougar Sargison right there on that, and he's playing some linebacker. Him and Christopher Sanchez are going to rotate through. with some injuries, as you get into a football season, you have different people getting some reps, and now you have more people maybe playing both sides. So good to see him out there excited, making plays and doing things that are going to lead to success.
Yeah, filling the void that's been left by Josh Adall and Nolan Grage there on the defensive line. Two outstanding defensive linemen, but the Dogs have filled nicely. Hand up the middle on the carry before Sioux Center. That's Cody Sandbold across midfield. He's into the Bulldog territory at the 49-yard line on a pickup of 5, and it's 3rd and 3.
And this is their longest third down, I believe, in the night. So,
yes.
you know, I know it's not very far, but it's at least keeping them back a little bit. The last one was 3rd and 1. We need to try to keep them in 3rd and 5, 6 if possible. But right now, we'll see what they decide to do here.
Yeah, because the big thing is when you run the football this much, 3rd and 3 basically becomes the extent of your third down capabilities.
Yeah.
3rd and 3 here at the 49 of Lamar's. There's movement on the line, and the Bulldogs did jump. And this will be a neutral zone infraction, it appears anyway. And, yeah, that is going to be the call. It'll be a 5-yard advancement for Sioux Center, and those 5 yards will give them enough for a first down.
Yeah, it was just enough, and it wasn't very much. I think they got Chase on that one, just by the tip of his helmet there. So there's that, and that's another thing. That doesn't affect you if it's 3rd and 6. I mean, it maybe makes it closer, but you still can go out and get it. So now they're in Bulldog territory.
1st and 10 here for Sioux Center at the Bulldog 44-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left of Hibma in the shotgun. He turns, fakes the give, keeps off the right side, and he is tackled forward from behind. That's Sargason on the stop along with Hudson Cass. Picks up 3 to the 41 to make it 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of time, and we'll see when the Sioux Center VK decides to have that quarterback pull and maybe get to a pitch. They've run everything up the middle, and really they've gone to the right side quite a bit. They've really seemed like they've kept it this way unless they've countered back. So we'll see if they decide to visit the other side of the turf.
Yeah, assistant coaches' brothers competing against each other. Chad Van Cly, who spent a long time at Denison Schleswig, is Kurt Van Cly's brother. Of course, Lamar's assistant coach. 2nd down and 7 for the 41. Fake the give. Hibma keeps up the middle. A big hole across the 30. Tripped up, stays on his feet across the 20. And he's down inside the red zone of the 14-yard line. A 27-yard quarterback keeper for Hibma. And the Warriors have a first down in the red zone.
Yeah, and they've dropped back to pass once, and it was a fumble. So I don't think they're probably going to do that much. We're going to have to buck up on the inside and really do our best to clog up those lanes and let our linebackers are going to have to make that tackle.
And another chance for the Bulldog defense to maybe stand tall, see if they can hold Sioux Center to 3 or maybe nothing if they don't have a field goal game. They haven't had to utilize it first 2 weeks, so we don't really know if they've got one. 1st and 10 for the 14 of Lamar's. It's Hibma. He gives to Molina, cuts it back off the right side, and the tackle is made by Ephraim Kabongo at the 12-yard line. 2-yard pickup at 2nd and 8.
Yeah. Ephraim and Cougar both in there on that one. That was good to see. And Ephraim set the edge, and then you had to have your middle linebacker clean it up, and that's exactly what they did.
4:20 to go in a fast-moving first quarter. Lamar's leads Sioux Center 7-0 here in non-district action, week 3 of the high school football season. It is 2nd down and 8 for the Warriors from the Bulldog 12-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Hibma, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. As Hibma takes a knee-high snap, fakes the give. He keeps again up the middle, has a green grass ahead of him, and jukes a defender into the end zone for a Warrior touchdown. A great run and a great move he pulled off in the middle of the field. A 12-yard score makes it a 1-point game, 7-6 Lamar's.
Yep, and Coach Van Otterloo and Coach Van Cly are going to get the boys over there, and they're going to tell them they have to do their job. Kent Westhoff, he decided to go for the fake. He went to tackle the back instead of staying home. He's a quarterback player, I'm going to assume. And if he's there, they just got to clean that up, and they'll be okay.
Point after try upcoming, and it is Noam Gruneweg who will attempt the kick. The right-footed boot is inside the right upright, and it is good. Your score now with 3:58 to go in the first quarter. Sioux Center and Lamar's are tied at 7. We're back with more Bulldog football in just a moment. Join us here on KLEM.
Hey sports fans, this is Perry from the Ace Hardware downtown Lamar's. Maintain your home and yard with advice and products from Ace. We'll help you get it done more efficiently so you have time to go to the next game. Ace Hardware Lamar's.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
This is Jamie Sitzman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our coverage of Bulldog football here on KLEM Lamar's online audio at KLEM1410.com. Video streaming on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. 3 minutes, 58 seconds to go in quarter number 1. And Sioux Center has tied things up with a 10-play, 80-yard drive that ends in a 12-yard touchdown by Ezra Hibma, and a drive that took about 5 minutes and 15 seconds off of the clock. Here we go. Gruneweg sends a right-footed short pooch kick. It bounces on Augustine. He picks up the helmet high hop at the 15. He cuts it back all the way to the right side. Right seam breaking a tackle. 20. Has a seam to the 30. 35. Spun around and brought down near the 40-yard line. Right at the 40 for Tyson Augustine. A great run back, and that gives the Bulldogs outstanding field position.
It was a long run for Tyson to get all the way up to the 40, but that gives the Bulldogs very good field position. Usually it's kind of a rule. You don't let it bounce, but when they get that first pooch kick, you don't quite know where it's going to go. It bounced. He did a great job of getting back, had some nice blocks set up.
So it is first down and 10 for Lamar's. Their first real long drive potential of the night. Sitzman throws a screen pass left side. It was nearly blown up, deflected away from Andrew Grant. And on the coverage there was Ethan Bosma, that outside linebacker, defensive back. It's second down and 10.
Yeah, Colin Murphy just has to be more physical. When they're right up there on that slot receiver, they're just going to come and they're not going to let you do much. So in order to make that happen, he's going to have to really be physical.
Second down and 10 here for Lamar's at the Warrior 40-yard line. Single coverage on the left side as Sitzman gives around the right side. Big gain, Joaquin Hernandez. He gets ankle tackled across midfield down at the Warrior 49-yard line. An 11-yard run, and it's a Bulldog first down.
That is a sight for sore eyes. We haven't really been able to run the ball real effectively throughout the year yet, and that was great. That was great. You know Joaquin and Chris can do it. We just got to make sure it happens every once in a while.
First down and 10 for Lamar's at the Warrior 49-yard line. The Warriors bring a ton of pressure into the box and back off a couple. Sitzman screen pass right, caught by Tegan Bogue out of the shotgun, and then off the right side it goes to the 45-yard line. Bogue gets deeper into Warrior territory at the 44. 5-yard gain makes it 2nd and 5.
And that was a great block by Colin there. He did a great job. It came out to him. He did a great job of locking on and being physical, and that's what happens. It allows you to make it a second and very manageable.
And make those screen passes that much more effective and something they could go to at that point. So here's second down and 5 for Lamar's at the Sioux Center 44. They motion Grant in the backfield, give it to him, sweep play off the left side, trying to turn the corner, and he just couldn't do it. Tyler Moeller, that big defensive end, makes the stop for a loss of a yard to the 45. It's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, he just kept looking. It was like the first door was closed, so we went to the second door, and every time he took a little bit of a step, and that allowed for the defensive linebacker, whatever he's playing out there, to get one more step on him. But you're still okay because that first down was successful.
It's 3rd down and 6 for Lamar's. 2:23 to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs and Warriors are tied at 7 in their first meeting with each other in 5 years. These two were somewhat regular opponents of each other, but that had changed the last few years. Here's Sitzman out of the shotgun. Blitz coming. Now they back off. A little throw in the flats. Overthrows Andrew Grant on the right side and incomplete. It's 4th down and 6, and this turns into a punting situation for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it looked like it got a little bottled up there, and Andrew couldn't quite get through it. It was almost a little bit of a swipe screen type of deal, and just nothing quite opened up. So the Bulldogs get stopped there after a good first down, and they get a first down on the previous set.
Yeah, they did get one first down and got some good field position with the kick return, but couldn't turn it into anything points-wise, unfortunately. Tyson Augustine is back to boot this one away, and Joseph Molina, the punt returner, stands deep inside his own 10. Right-footed to kick, and a fair catch signaled with his right hand inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. So that will give Lamar's a little bit more of an upper hand as far as the field position is concerned. The Warriors will start at their own 10-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, in a game that is tied up at 7 points apiece. Well, okay, so now we talked about the running game, that quarterback. You got to stay disciplined, whatever your assignment is. What kind of things do you think they were talking about on the sideline to try and hammer that home?
Yeah, and I think it's just you have to, and Coach talked about it, you trust your keys. You can't look and try to do someone else's job. 11 guys have a job. They have to fill gaps. They have to do what your job is. If that happens, the design is to stop this. Yes. So let's see what we can do here.
1st and 10 for Sioux Center at their own 10-yard line. It's him out of the gun, claps his hands. He gives up the middle. It's Cody Sandbolt. He carries along the right hash and gets a decent gain up to the 13, maybe the 14-yard line. A 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, now just a counter play coming back to the other way, and you have two linemen followed by a very big physical running back. There's a lot of that's tough. So what has to happen is the defensive end has to chase on that backside with the eyes still on that quarterback that could pull.
2nd down and 6 for Sioux Center. Ball from their own 14-yard line. 2 men in the backfield. Now 2 receivers to the left, including that big tight end. He's lined up in the slot on the left side as Hibma stands in the shotgun. And he takes the snap off his left shoulder, looks toward that tight end. Ball's popped up in the air off the deflection and incomplete. It might have been tipped to the line, but then Moeller, the tight end, reached his hand up, popped it up even higher. Nobody could grab it off the ricochet, so it's 3rd and 6.
You know it's tall if 40 can't get it. Would you say
6'8"? Oh, my goodness.
So good play on the defensive line. I believe that was Kent Westhoff getting his hands up, and that's a rule of thumb. You know, if you're not going to get and you see him start to throw, get the hands up and see what happens. You know, that would have been great if we could have had Carter Melvin right in front of that.
He tried to adjust at the last second, but it was too tricky for him to get there. So it's 3rd down and 6 from the 14 of Sioux Center. Himma's in the gun again. 2 receivers left and 1 to his right. He takes the helmet high snap, drops, pump fakes, lobs it up down the left sideline. 50-50 ball. It's caught, and taking it down the left sideline is Braden Perez. Heat brings to the 30, the 20, the 10. He's all the way into the end zone for a Warrior touchdown. Braden Perez, heat brink, catches the lob ball, goes 86 yards for a score, and the Warriors lead. And I know what you're going to say, Gabe. I think they might have gotten away with one.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. But that seemed, like someone didn't see everything that I maybe saw, but I'm pretty biased, I'll tell you that. And I've said it before. Unfortunately, Carter was right there, had a 2-hand shove or maybe just a 1-hand shove. Carter's got to be more physical and not let that happen. But that's a tough job for a defensive back on that.
It goes for 86 yards and a touchdown for Sioux Center. And now the point after try upcoming for the Warriors. Snap and spot are good. Right-footed kick. Sails through the uprights. It is good. Your score now late in this first quarter with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. Sioux Center takes the lead 14-7. Your score. We're back after this here on KLEM.
For all of your commercial or residential concrete or construction needs, J-Max Construction is ready for you. At J-Max Construction, you can be sure that your project will be handled with great customer service as well as the best of class construction and concrete work. Call J-Max Construction and Concrete today at 540-0574.
Siouxland Glass is so glad you're supporting local athletes and listening to this great matchup. Siouxland Glass wants me to tell you that if you have a chip or crack in your windshield or need the whole thing replaced, you can call them at 540-9080. Siouxland Glass.
This is Cougar Sargerson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Open Space Park in Sioux Center. Non-district action continues in week 3 of the high school football season. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you with 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Sioux Center has a 14-7 lead on the Bulldogs. And now it is Noam Gruneweg, right-footed kick, sails toward the right sideline and picked up by Tegan Bogey. Runs it out right numbers 20, 25, 30. Gets another good block. Right sideline 40. Sidesteps the kicker across midfield. And he's into Warrior territory on a great run back. Well, Tyson Augustine had one up to his own 40. And now Tegan Bogue runs one into Warrior territory at the 46. And the Bulldogs have some great field position again. Got to capitalize.
Yep, and that's really what it comes down to. You know, whether you have good field position or bad field position, you have to make something happen. And we have to find a way to sustain a drive here or to score quickly.
And that would be good too.
Either way.
Whatever you can draw up. 1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs. Sitzman motions Sanchez to the left side, or Hernandez, excuse me. Pitch play goes left. Andrew Grant twirls out of a block and gets hit awkwardly across the line of scrimmage to the 43. It is a pickup of 3 yards. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and Jamie turned to hand it off, and it looked like it was a little wider than he expected, so he had to pitch it out to him. And this is what happens, and we see Tegan, he's laboring a little bit. They're playing both sides. They're playing special teams. This is why football becomes such a difficult sport, because physically you can't just throw someone in there
Right.
to fill a spot all the time.
Well, and it's 82 degrees at kickoff. I mean, it's a very warm, muggy day tonight. 2nd down and 7. Hand goes up the middle, and this is a carry for Joaquin Hernandez as he picks up 2 yards to the 42, and that'll make it now 3rd down and about. No, they're actually going to go back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 7, and the Bulldogs will run this 3rd down play in quarter number 2. We are through 1 quarter of play. Sioux Center leads the Bulldogs by a score of 14-7. We'll step aside and come back. More Bulldog football is on the way for you in just a minute here on KLEM.
Floyd Valley Healthcare wants you to play at the peak of your skills. Don't forget to stretch your muscles, hydrate, and schedule your wellness checks to reach your full potential. Best of luck from Floyd Valley Healthcare in Lamar.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home meets.
691.
Well, we apologize for some technical issues we had there coming back from break, and unfortunately we missed a big touchdown completion from Jamie Sitzman to Andrew Grant. They blew the top off the defense, and a 57-yard pitch and catch makes it a 1-point game with 11:55 to go in the first half.
Yeah, it was just right out of the seam. He took it from the slot, and he just went vertical. So it was good to see that happen, and we're right back even after what turned out to be a little bit of a tough situation there early.
So again, a 57-yard touchdown pass from Sitzman to Grant. Snap bounces to the holder, Isaiah Tolzin, and then the kick is blocked by Sioux Center. So the point after try is no good, meaning our score remains in favor of Sioux Center. 14-13 the score. Warriors will get a chance to counter. We'll have that for you when we come back here on KLEM.
Touchdown for great times at the Lamar's Eagles Club. Join us Tuesday nights for bingo, and don't miss our delicious Wednesday night burger night. Proud sponsors of local athletics, where the fun never stops. Visit the Eagles Club this week.
Willow Lodge Pet Resort wants to wish all of our area athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Whether leaving town for vacation or just need a place for your pet during the workday, see Willow Lodge Pet Resort today on Prospect Street in Lamar's.
This is Tegan Bogue, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to Bulldog Football from Sioux Center and Open Space Park here on KLEM Lamar's, online audio at KLEM1410.com. Once again, apologies for some technical issues that we had with our live stream and our broadcast, but the Bulldogs did get a 57-yard touchdown pass from Jamie Sitzman to Andrew Grant, and the Bulldogs with a point after try no good, still trail by 1. It is 14-13 the score here in this matchup. Ready to get this one kicked off. It's a line drive boot from Jordan Luna, and it sails out of the back of the end zone for a touchback, and it will be Sioux Center football at their own 20-yard line.
This is going to be a big spot for our defense, just to get a stop. You had an opportunity. Unfortunately, what we may have viewed as offensive pass interference didn't get called, and now you have to bounce back, and you have to be able to make a play. Carter Melvin was right there. He was there to make the play. It didn't happen. He's going to be able to go out and make another one, but the defenses have really struggled here to start the game.
Yeah, it's been high scoring, and we'll see if there are any signs that could change as the game goes along. 1st and 10 for Sioux Center. Ball is spotted at their own 20-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Ezra Hibma. 2 men in the backfield, 2 receivers left. Helmet high snap, 3-step drop, drops back and dumps it off into the flats. A screen pass caught by Cody Sambold outside the left numbers. And Ephraim Kabonga runs him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That's 5 yards. It's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and he had plenty of time. So if we're gonna try to bring 4 and put a little pressure on him. The one time we got pressure caused a fumble. It was on a blitz. So Coach Van Otterloo is kind of deciding, okay, are we going to put pressure or are we not? They haven't passed on 1st down yet. So that was maybe even a little bit of a surprise. They're probably going to go back to the run game pretty heavy here.
Well, they've only thrown the ball a total of 4 times here tonight. So passing the football just in general has not been very common. 2nd down and 5. Hibma gives up the middle. And along the left hash goes Joseph Molina. He falls forward for a pickup of 3. And it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and they run that in a few different ways. Sometimes the running back comes in front, and sometimes he's the dive back. So trying to identify what your job is does make it a little bit more difficult when they're coming in there from different angles.
And as you talked about earlier, Gabe, this is another third down and very manageable for Sioux Center. 3rd and 2 from their own 28. As Himba then changes the play, see if the Bulldogs were going to get jumpy again like they did earlier tonight. 2 receivers, right, 1 left. Himba in the shotgun, and he takes a snap this time. Turns, gives to Molina. He's looking for somewhere to go. He was able to step out of the first tackle. That gave him a second effort to get the first down. 2 yards to the 30, and it's a first down for Sioux Center.
Yeah, and sometimes the most important blocks aren't ones where you drive the guy back 5 yards. It's just that you maintain and don't allow him to get his hands out there. And unfortunately, none of the interior guys for the Bulldogs could get their hands around him, and so that caused him to be able just to squirt through there. Now they get a new set of downs.
First down and 10 now for Sioux Center at their own 30-yard line. On the last couple of drives, that first down has been hard for them to gain, but once they break that seal, they're good to go. As Hidma keeps up the middle, and the Bulldogs stick with them better. Cougar Sargason tackles him down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5 makes it 2nd and 5 on the quarterback read.
Yeah, and he did a good job. He fooled me. I was watching Sambolt run across to the other side and thought that we were going to have to make a play with the defensive end. So that's the tough spot when they go back the same formation every single time. Nothing changes.
So it is now 2nd down and 5 from the 35-yard line. Hibma airs it out deep down the right sideline. Coverage
Nice
there from
coverage.
Deji Kabongo. And he's able to bat it away from Braden Perez Heatbrink, who I believe was the intended target there once again. It's an incomplete pass now. 3rd down and 5 upcoming once more.
Yeah, that was great coverage. He just ran stride for stride, and that ball was actually probably better thrown than the touchdown because the touchdown kind of floated up there, but that allowed his player to make a play, and this allowed Deji just to do his job and run with him. So now you get him in 3rd and 5. Again, this isn't where they love to be, but they do have the weapons.
3rd down and 5, 3 receivers right, 1 left as Hibma lines up in the shotgun. He takes a snap with one hand over his shoulder, chased by Westhoff, lobs up a duck over the middle, and that one is underthrown and incomplete. Colin Murphy, the underneath coverage, nearly came back to make a play on the ball. The incompletion makes it 4th and 5, and the Warriors are forced to punt for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and that's, unfortunately, it was so poorly thrown, he just couldn't get enough on it. He had Sam Bolt right in his lap, and he had Kent Westhoff.
This rolls inside the 5, and it will finally die at the 2-yard line. That is a 63-yard punt by Tate Swagger, and Lamar's will start underneath the shadows of their own goalpost.
98-yard touchdown drive is what we need right now.
Yep.
So I guess that's the only thing you can think. You got to learn from that. Teagan, I did see him point to Colin, but obviously there wasn't enough communication. And you know, the guys that are back there, they played football, and Teagan's returned punts for at least 2 years now. It just needs to be better communication. And again, that's a little thing. It doesn't look like a big deal. It's not points right now, but it is a big deal.
9:42 left to go in the first half. The Bulldogs trail Sioux Center 14-13. Sitzman in the gun, a low snap. He fakes the give, tries to keep off the right side. He's hit in the end zone, and he's stopped for a safety. Jamie Sitzman is tackled 2 yards deep in the end zone for a safety, and Sioux Center's lead grows 16-13 here with 9:36 to go in the half. That safety will turn into a Bulldog kickoff as well. We'll have that on the other side of this break. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamars and Akron.
Supporting our students in their endeavors at school is important to Prime Bank. Making sure that our students have the best chance for success is why we work hard to provide our backing. Prime Bank wishes all of our teams and groups good luck.
This is Hudson Cass, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our coverage of Bulldog Football here on KLEM Lamar's online audio. It's found at KLEM1410.com. You can watch a video stream on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel as well. Well, your score with 9:36 to go before halftime, it is Sioux Center 16, Lamar's 13. The Warriors have now scored 2 touchdowns and are just now recently the beneficiary of a safety after the 63-yard punt by Tate Swager down to the 2-yard line. First play, Jamie Sitzman could not get out of the end zone. Warrior lead is a field goal when you also account for the missed PAT the Bulldogs had. And now here we go. Jordan Luna will line up to kick this one away. And he'll do so from his own 20, which is where the free kick spot after the safety is. This one fielded inside the 25 by Joseph Malini. He runs down left seam to the 35-40, sidesteps a tackle. He gets out of a jersey tackle across midfield, and he's down in Bulldog territory at the 48-yard line all the way up to the other side of the field. And Sioux Center now has the field position edge and has a chance to make it a 2-score game.
Yeah, and it's an unfortunate thing that we keep running into, and it's kind of shooting ourselves in the foot, and we didn't have much of it first week. You know, we didn't notice it anyways, and maybe that's because of the competition. But when you play better teams, you have to catch that ball, and you know, we had a punt last week, same deal. And no one's doing it on purpose. Their kids are playing their tails off, but it's just those little things that matter in the wins and losses.
First down and 10 for Sioux Center. Ball's at the Bulldog 47-yard line. Hidma in the gun, 2 receivers either side. He takes the snap, fakes the give. He's keeping off the right side, has nobody there. Across the 40, breaks the tackle 35-30, right seam to the 25, and Hidma's brought down there at the 25-yard line. That's a pickup of 23 yards and easily a Sioux Center first down.
Yep, and there was no quarterback player there. Just have to have that quarterback player, and there's just a little bit of confusion on that. And once they get that cleared up, we'll have it ready. But that time it was one back in the backfield, and so it spreads some guys out and puts guys in different positions. It's not super creative offense, but it's very efficient and very effective.
Well, and when you're given an option where the read looks like that, I mean, it's very easy to make a big play on it. First down and 10 for Sioux Center at the Bulldog 25. 2-by-2 set once again. Out of the shotgun is Hidma. He turns right, gives it to the back this time. That's Cody Sandbolt carrying up the right hash. And the ball might have popped out. Bulldogs say they haven't. No, they say he's down on the field. The player was down by contact before losing the football. Sandbolt picks up 5 to the 20. It's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and they're asking for a little bit of an explanation, but he right away did point to the ground, and obviously we have zero angle over here.
Right.
So even though we're gonna very much disagree because it didn't go our way, we really don't have any idea.
We're siding with the coaches down there. That's all we can do. 2nd down and 5. Now the Warriors back in the Bulldog red zone. 2 receivers either side of Hidma in the shotgun. He fakes the give, keeps up the middle, breaks a tackle in the backfield. Right seam 15, sidesteps a defender to the 10, and he's down inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. An 11-yard pickup. It'll be 1st and goal after the run by the quarterback, Ezra Hidma.
Yeah, he's slippery back there, but we had him. We just aren't making the tackles we need to. So that's really what it boils down to. We have to make those plays and break down, and you can't run past them. And once you get too deep as a defensive lineman, you allow for those cutbacks.
First down and goal for Sioux Center. Ball's at the Bulldog 9-yard line. And the Dogs will try and find a way to see if they can shut down this possession. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Out of the shotgun, Hidma. The back was leaning. They give it to Cody Sandbolt. That back that maybe leaned a little too early, but he stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd and goal. And I think Ken Vigdahl's arguing that, hey, you got to see that. That should be a false start against Sandbolt.
Yeah, I'm sure he's saying please and thank you and all that stuff, knowing Coach Vigdahl. But he's probably just reminding them that they do have to be set and they can't be leaning. And that's all you can do, because it's out of your control now, and he's going to voice his thoughts and then go back to coaching his squad, so he's ready to go.
Thankfully, it didn't give them an advantage. They lose a yard on the play. 7:05 to go in the half. Sioux Center up 3, 16-13. 2nd and goal from the 10. 2-by-2 set. Helmet high snap. Hidma barely got it to his back. Sandbolt left side. Open field tackle. Sandbolt runs through Tegan Bogue and is brought down short of the goal line at the 2. It's a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd down and goal, 2 yards away from 6.
Yeah, and you hate to keep harping on it, but we're just not tackling very well. I mean, it's just plain and simple. Tegan Bogue can play, and he knows how to tackle that guy, and he just didn't really engage himself in it. And we even had him behind the play. We have opportunities, but the guys have to go out there and be physical, and it's tough. This guy's a tough runner.
3rd down and goal from the 2. They spread the formation again. 2 receivers right, 1 left as Hidma. It is Hidma in the shotgun. On 3rd and goal from the 7. He takes the helmet high snap, play fake, throws right, overthrows his target on a forward pass that is incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and goal for Sioux Center.
We'll see what they do here. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they do not have a field goal game that they want to go to here, so if the Bulldogs can figure out a way to batten down the hatches, might be able to keep this a one-score game.
Dodge a bullet here and make it happen. Putting in 6'8", though, you never know. I don't know how many attempts or catches he has, but any time an offensive coordinator has a 6'8" guy towards the end zone, they want to throw it to him every once in a while.
4th down and goal from the 7. It's an empty backfield. 5 receivers set. Sioux Center Lamar's lines up 4 across the line. The snap bounces by Hibma. He's all the way back at his 25-yard line. Throws toward the right sideline. Catch a yard deep in the end zone for a Warrior touchdown. Well, they busted the coverage, and Sioux Center gets open a yard deep in the end zone for 6.
I don't know that he caught it.
That is a touchdown reception for Parker Smith, the sophomore. It's his first catch of the year. Sioux Center goes up 22-13, 5:51 in the half.
I don't know that he had possession in the end zone. He was bobbling that as he fell down, and he was out of the end zone. So that's an unfortunate call, and I think the coaches are asking, but he doesn't look like he wants to talk up there.
Point after try for Noam Gruneweg is through the uprights, and it is good. Your score, Sioux Center 23, Lamar's 13. It's a 2-possession ball game with 5:51 left in the half. We're back with more Bulldog football in just a moment here on KLEM Radio.
Hummer's Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best-looking lawn in your neighborhood. So whether it's thatching, fertilizing, or simply maintaining your freshly cut grass, call Hummer's Lawn Care at 546-4087.
For all your construction needs, trust the Wilchin Brothers. They're a Better Business Bureau accredited business and will be there every step of the way to get your project done right. Call 546-4135 for Wilchin Brothers Incorporated.
This is Deji Kabango, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Open Space Park in Sioux Center alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. Your score now with 5:51 left in the half. It is Sioux Center 23 and Lamar's 13. And the Bulldogs now trying to figure out a way to make this a one-score game before the halftime break and see if you can at least make it interesting. This is a squibbing onside kick, and a penalty flag is thrown for an offside formation. Well, the Warriors tried to sneak an onside kick against the Bulldogs, and they really wanted to make this hurt big time. But the offside penalty negates that onside kick. 5-yard loss. They'll kick from the 35.
Yeah, and we've had good returns, and that's what happens there. But we have now your ears have to be perked up. That can't happen again, And really, we kind of watched it. I felt like we could have maybe went and jumped and got that, or at least hit somebody so they don't get it. But you have to be ready for anything now because they're looking to maybe dagger something here.
So they'll re-kick this one from their own 35-yard line. And it'll again be Noam Gruneweg, and we'll see if this time he does send it deep or if he lines up to try another squibbing onside kick of some kind. Here we go. Steps into it, and he does squib it right up the left seam. Bounces off two, bounces over another Bulldog, and now is scooped up on the hop by Tegan Bogue. He carries up the right seam across the 30, and he's brought down to the 33, maybe the 32-yard line. So the Bulldogs will start with 5:42 left in the half, down by 10 with 68 yards ahead of them.
Yeah, and you get the ball at halftime, you really, really need to have something here.
Yep.
Defense, in high school, it's not you need to keep the defense off or the offense needs to, whatever. That doesn't matter in high school as much because a lot play both ways.
Right.
But the reality of it is you just need to keep them from scoring.
So 1st down and 10. It's a big package there on the carry around the left side. It goes for 5 yards to the 37. Dogs had multiple tight ends, multiple running backs, and on the carry is Christopher Sanchez. It's 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, and Coach talked about in the pregame maintaining the ball, just keeping the ball away from them because of their offense. And obviously their offense is clicking right now. They've scored 23 points, so keeping the ball would be a good thing for us.
2nd down and 5 for Lamar's low snap. Sitzman picks it up, plays busted. He runs it off the left side across the numbers to the 40, and he is stopped there. They threw him backwards in that spot. Boy, they spotted him at the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. Maybe they gave him a yard to the 38, but boy, I thought he should get at least another yard or two.
They did get up to the 40.
Oh, they did. Okay, so
they must have just went back to get that ball.
Okay, there you go. So it is 3 yards. It'll be third and about 3 to go.
But there again, a little thing where the snap isn't quite where it needs to be, and it just throws everything off. So this is where it's a big third down right here.
Huge. Got to stay on the field. 3 receivers, right, 1 left. Sitzman in the gun, knee-high snap, pump fake short. Airs it down to single coverage, left sideline. Augustine runs under the ball and makes a sliding catch inside the 30. He's down inside the 25 at the 24 of Sioux Center. He picks up 36 for a first down.
Now we're going a little tempo here. Coach is running down the field saying, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, that's what picked the Bulldogs up against Bishop Heelan last week. Lamar's will have 1st and 10 at the Warrior 24-yard line. 2 on either side of the formation. The Warriors bring a blitz. The handoff goes right side, and this is Joaquin Hernandez carrying in between the hashes. He's down to the 21-yard line, gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
And going back to the long pass play, that's Tyson Augustine knowing he has to make that play. If he doesn't make that catch, we have to punt it. They get the ball back with over 4 minutes left, and our defense is reeling. He knows he has to make the play as an upperclassman. He goes out, Jamie gives him an opportunity, and we do it.
And maybe a little extra motivation because he's also the punter. So
absolutely. He doesn't want to punt anymore. He's sick of it.
Doesn't want to run back 50 yards to then have to punt the ball after missing the catch. 2nd down and about 7 to go from the 21. Sitzman gives up the middle. Grant breaks a tackle in between the hashes, sends another at the 15. He's down to the 10 and finally run down to the 5-yard line. 16-yard grown man run for Andrew Grant. It's 1st and goal.
Yeah, and that's a great run. And like you said, a grown man run. He was just going through people, and he was not going to get stopped. This is going to be a battle of attrition tonight. You can see it. Both offenses really going up and down. There isn't a whole lot of flow for either defense right now.
Right. 1st and goal at the 5. 3.5 to go in this first half. Dogs down 10. Sitzman in the gun. It's an ankle-high snap. He throws quickly over the middle, and a leaping catch made by Tegan Bogue. It's a touchdown, a 5-yard pitch and catch. The Dogs are down 4, 23-19. 3:21 left to go before halftime.
All right, looks like they're going to make a decision. It might not be a bad timeout here. You have plenty of time. They're going to run out. It looks like the extra point team, but may not be a bad opportunity if they haven't even started the play clock yet, so we're good. I thought maybe because Coach was looking and waiting. I mean, we've got some tired guys out there.
And the reason why you'd think about what you want to go with there is potentially saying, oh, do we want to cut it within 3 points with a 2-point try? Get that missed point after back. But here we go. The Dogs will try for the point after. Snap and spot are much cleaner, and the point after try is good. And your score now with 3:21 left to go before halftime at Sioux Center 23, Lamar's 20. We're back with more Bulldog football in just a moment right here on KLEM.
Bob's Bike Shop, your power sports headquarters. Yamaha, Can-Am, and Club Cars. They've got the ride that fits your wild side. Visit them today on Highway 75 North in Lamar's. Proud sponsor of your local sports action.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC.
This is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We're about to be back to Open Space Park in Sioux Center alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteeg with you. Your score with 3:21 left to go before halftime at Sioux Center 23 and Lamar's 20. The Bulldogs make it back to a one-score game, but now hopefully you can respond in a way that keeps it a one-score game or maybe gives you a chance to retake the lead here before halftime. With how these offenses are moving, wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being the case. This is a high right-footed end-over-end kick, and refielding it at the 5-yard line is Jake Lane. He runs it out left seam to the 20, and a good tackle from behind at the 25-yard line. On the hit there is Drake Peters, the sophomore, and the Warriors will start 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Yeah, Drake excited there, and he got pushed by one of his upperclassmen that was running down too and almost got knocked over, but he did a great job of making that happen. So good job by Drake. Now the Bulldogs have to respond. And as Lamar is sitting here, with 3 timeouts, if you have some tired guys out there, you can use those. You can use them as true rest just to try to collect your breath here. So we'll see what the drive does here. We'll see what they do if they pass or run because they've been mixing it up a little bit more too.
And if Sioux Center speeds it up, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to use all 3 timeouts on this set of downs either. Here's Hibma giving a jet sweeper on the right side. Lane tries to cut off the right edge, and he's not able to get much. A long way to run for just a yard to the 28. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, and that was a great job by Cougar Sargison, who I think early in the season was playing a lot of defense, the preseason stuff, and then he got inserted into the offensive lineup to do some things, and now he's been moved around, so now he's back on defense a little bit more. So good to see him out there making plays. The Bulldogs just have to continue to, hold serve here.
2nd down and 9 for Sioux Center from their own 28-yard line. And with 2:35 to go before halftime, they're really taking their time to get to the line of scrimmage. Bulldogs down 23-20, and out of the shotgun is Hibma. 3 receivers left and 1 to his right. Ball's on the right hash and Hibma. Helmet high snap. Deep drop out of the gun. He dumps off the screen. It's caught by Sandbolt, and an ankle tackle is made at the 30-yard line. Hudson Cass on the stop. They'll give him the 31. It's 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, as a defensive lineman, you just see that you're being let free and that quarterback's running around and you're just going to get him, and then you realize, oh, crap, he's just throwing it about 2 yards and I got to get back. So good job by Hudson reading that, and then shoestring tackle. Now, if you're the Bulldogs, because of your situation, maybe, just maybe, they've punted, but the one good punt was one we just didn't catch.
Right.
So maybe you have an opportunity here.
Yeah, each side has all 3 timeouts left now with 1:45 left in the half. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Warriors from their own 31, and a timeout is used by Sioux Center head coach Tim Van Regenmorter. I'm going to talk things over before this play. We'll let them do that, and we'll be back with more Bulldog football coming up for you in just a moment. That's coming your way right here on KLEM Radio.
Tail Trends Dog Grooming supports all of our area high school athletes. At Tail Trends Grooming, your pet is sure to get spa-like treatment, bathing, grooming, and nail trimming available. Contact Tail Trends Dog Grooming today at 546-7318.
Top-notch automotive owners Jerry and Jason Mura can help with all your auto repair needs, from AC repair to transmission rebuilds, engine replacement, steering, suspension diagnostics, and more. Call 712-546-7430 or stop by Top-Notch Automotive, 1600 18th Street Southwest, Lamar's.
This is Carter Melvin, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our coverage of Bulldog football on KLEM. Coming out of the Sioux Center timeout, the Warriors have a 3rd down and 6 with 1:40 left to go before halftime. And it's 23-20. Sioux Center leads. Ezra Hibma lines up in the shotgun. 3 receivers left and 1 right. And Hibma takes a helmet high snap. He immediately rolls to his left. Looking to throw on deep on 3rd and 6. Airs it out deep down the left side of the field. And a leaping catch made in double coverage. It is Tate Swager with a great catch inside the 30. He's down to the Bulldog 21. But there's a penalty flag back behind the play.
Thank you.
Oh, man, hold on just a moment. A penalty flag is just past the line of scrimmage. And I think it's an ineligible man downfield is the call.
Well, I don't think that was the design. And I think Deji Kabongo even quit on that one. He kind of looked like he and lost his guy for just a split second and allowed Swagger to get there. But thank goodness another penalty is going to really, really hurt Sioux Center.
Think about that. They had a 3rd down conversion on this play on a big pass and catch that does not count. They had a 70-yard touchdown get negated earlier in this game. Boy, they're going to look back at a few penalties and think what could have been here tonight.
Was it illegal man or what was it? Because that's a loss of down too, isn't it?
Is an eligible man loss of down? I don't think it's just a 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
I think, yeah, that I believe was the call. So it'll be a 5-yard loss back to the 26. It'll be 3rd down and 11 now. So that maybe gives the Bulldogs a little bit more chance to force a stop. The clock does resume running, though, here. So with 1:16 to go in the half, the Warriors can take this down a bit. 23-20, Sioux Center leads. Snap to Hibma. He fakes, runs up the left seam. He cuts it outside the left numbers. 35, breaks 2 tackles to the 40, cuts it back in the middle to the 50, and he's finally brought down by Colin Murphy across midfield. He's into Bulldog territory at the 48, and now they'll hurry it up. That was 26 yards on the run by Ezra Hibma. 1st down, Sioux Center. They want to go quickly. Minute to go here in this first half of play, and now they're actually going to look to the line of scrimmage, so maybe are going to take a little bit of time here. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 48-yard line. Hibma lines up in the gun, 2 receivers either side. He turns, gives, nowhere to go for Cody Sandbolt. Stopped at the 47, and Tim Van Riggenmorter, the head coach of the Warriors, wants a timeout. We'll take the timeout as well here with 40 seconds left to go in the first half. The Bulldogs trail Sioux Center 23-20, looking for the stop, and we'll be back with more after this here on KLEM Radio.
State Farm agent Michael.
For 30 years, Smithco has used great teamwork to produce the #1 selling side dump trailers in the country. To learn how you can join our winning team, go online at sidedump.com.
This is Ken Bigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM KLEM.
We are back with more Bulldog football here on KLEM Lamar's, online at KLEM1410.com, alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Video streaming also. Can't forget to mention that on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. Sioux Center has used both of its timeouts here, 2 of their 3 timeouts. Still in volleyball mode a little bit there with 2 timeouts. 42 seconds left to go in the half, and the Bulldogs trail by 3. It is 2nd down and 9 for Sioux Center from the Bulldog 47. 2 receivers either side of the line, and Hibma drops back to throw. He airs it out deep down the right sideline into single coverage. The catch made across the 30.
Okay.
There's a penalty
there
flag.
It is.
Finally, they didn't call it on the touchdown earlier, but that one is blatantly obvious. The catch made by Jake Lane as he shoved the defender, Deji Kabongo, to the ground with his right hand.
Yeah, that one. The difference between that and the one with Carter is Carter didn't fall.
Right.
You know, and Deji got pushed hard enough that he fell. And it was the same thing, unfortunately, for the one that was a touchdown. It didn't get called. But we still have to be more physical. The coaches are going to preach that at halftime. We've got to tackle more physical. We've got to defend more physical on the perimeter. We just have to be more physical.
So with that offensive pass interference call, at least that's what we assume the call will be, if it's anything but that.
It took 6 seconds.
Yeah, it did only take 6 seconds. That was a really quick-hitting, long pass play.
40-yard pass.
So they are working on moving the football back, but the Sioux Center offense is standing in the officials' way. And this will end up being a long 15-yard penalty back Sioux Center up to their own 39-yard line.
38, they just moved it again. They're keeping going.
They did, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I thought, I was looking at my numbers, that only looked like a 14-yard penalty. So they're good to give them that extra yard to make it 15.
They've been successful just chucking it, though, so
yeah,
we really have to be careful.
2nd down and 25 for Sioux Center from their own 38-yard line. 2 receivers either side of Ezra Hibma in the shotgun. And Hibma looks over the defense. He claps his hands and takes a chest-high snap. It's a 5-step drop. Rifles toward the left. Seeing that ball's picked off the deflection. Bo good. Bo going right numbers to the 30, to the 25-20, and he's run out of bounds inside the 20 in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Tegan Bogue picked off the pass off the deflected ball, and the Bulldogs have a chance to take the lead. 12 seconds left in the half.
And this is, again, you have all 3 timeouts, so you're in good shape. You were hoping – you couldn't even have hoped for that, that it went through his hands and then right to a guy that can catch and extend it. But now you have 12 seconds. You're at the 19-yard line. If you need a breather, take a breather. You have that opportunity. Coach is ready to go, and we've been successful, and Tyson Augustine might see something here.
Jamie Sitzman out of the shotgun, motions Andrew Grant in the backfield, and the snap was early. Sitzman wasn't ready for it, and it ends up being a snap infraction and a false start. That will give the Bulldogs a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down and 15.
Yeah, and it just need to collect themselves. Just need to calm down and collect and relax and chill out. Coach is right by the official. I'm wondering, no, he's going to let it roll.
So 1st down and 15. 11 seconds left to go in the half.
I'm not sure why we lost a second.
Yeah, we lost a second in there. Here's Sitzman running off the left side. Oh, it's a pitch backwards into the hands of Joaquin Hernandez. He runs up the 20, out of bounds inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. A gain of 10. It'll be the down and distance really doesn't matter, but it is 2nd and 5. 5 seconds to go. And you can maybe get a quick playoff here.
Or you could, if you trust Jordan Luna.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, you have Some timeouts here, too, if you want to just take a second.
Second down and 5 from the 14.
Tyson Augustine, other
motions
side.
Augustine closer to the formation, takes
Going
the
across.
snap, fakes the give, drops back to pass, dumps it off, and it's intercepted.
Worst case scenario.
It's run back the other way by Jake Lane.
Go,
40.
go, Jamie.
Sitzman's the only
Go,
one
Jamie.
that can save a touchdown to the 30, and he runs him out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. So the interception negates a Lamar's scoring chance, but thankfully Sitzman the other way is able to run him out of bounds to save a Sioux Center touchdown on the play. Jake Lane picks off Sitzman, and that ends the first half of play. Boy, what a first half of action as the Sioux Center leads it by a score of 23-20 here in week 3 of the high school football season. We'll have a lot to dissect. We're going to do that here in just a moment. We'll take a break, tabulate some stats, get you caught up on the things you need to know. When we come back, you're listening to Bulldog Football right here on KLEM.
Total Motors, where our people make the difference.
Total Motors of Lamar's, your proud supporter of area athletics. Drive with confidence in a new Chevrolet or GMC. Visit them online at totalmotors.com or stop in today and experience hometown service with big league deals. Sioux City Yamaha, Can-Am, and Kawasaki. Your ride starts here. From Yamaha to Can-Am and Kawasaki, they've got the power, performance, and adrenaline you crave. Visit them today on Highway 75 in Sioux City. Proud sponsor of local sports action.
Get the winning team on your side with experts at Exit Realty Midwest Lamar's. Misty Zeck, Dave Close, Austin Sitzman, Abby Phillips, Jody Adler, Alec Ryken, and Clark Goodchild are ready to help you call the plays when it comes to buying or selling your home. Learn more at ExitRealtyMidwest.com.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Quality Lube of Lamar's is proud of all our Plymouth County athletes. At Quality Lube, they focus on you, the customer, to ensure that they can keep you on the road when you need to be. From diagnostic repair to routine oil changes, Quality Lube can do it all.
When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is #1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Game on, Lamar's. Looking for a winning team for your finances? Join Cent Credit Union. As a member-owned cooperative, Cent is all about you, your goals, your community. Let's score big together. Visit centcu.org today, where your success is our play.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud supporters of this broadcast. Hard work and determination are vital to the success of our area athletics. The Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud to stand behind our athletes and coaches as they work towards success on the field and in the classroom.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Andrew Grant, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our coverage of Bulldog football here on KLEM Lamar's. Online audio is found at KLEM1410.com. Also a video stream found on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. Well, it is halftime, and Sioux Center holds a 23-20 lead on Lamar's. Kind of an interesting score there, but it is in favor of the Warriors by just one score. Thankfully, the Bulldogs will be getting the second half kickoff to get things going in the final 24 minutes of this one, something I'm sure we'll talk about as we break down the first half of play. To do so, let's run down some of the stats first and get you caught up on those. First, as far as total offense is concerned, Sioux Center is outgaining Lamar's by a bit of a significant gap. The Warriors have a total of 256 yards of offense compared to Lamar's is 150. The Bulldog offense is split between 88 yards passing and 62 yards rushing. Sioux Center 176 yards rushing, and they have thrown, for a total of 100 yards. The turnover battle, that is actually being won by the Bulldogs. That fumble, we finally figured out who forced it, by the way. It was not a defensive end as we originally thought, but it was Hudson Cass, a defensive tackle who, with kind of how the offensive line was set up and how the pressure came, it was kind of interesting, but it ended up being Cass. He forced the fumble, picked up by Hogue. That led to a Bulldog score, and then the two teams traded interceptions late in the half. Sioux Center's 5 of 9 on third down. Lamar's is 1 for 3 on third down. Warriors also officially getting a fourth down conversion in there. Individually, Lamar's is getting some production from Jamie Sitzman. He is 4 of 7 passing for a total of 88 yards, and he was able to complete two of his passes for touchdowns. Tegan Bogue caught a pass for a touchdown. He has 2 total catches for 9 yards. Tyson Augustine the big 36-yard completion. And then Andrew Grant, his big touchdown reception that has been the scoring for the Dogs. They've also gotten a touchdown run from Jamie Sitzman. He's run it 3 times for 8 yards. Andrew Grant, 4 carries, 25 yards. Joaquin Hernandez, 4 carries for 24 yards here tonight. Tyson Augustine, a total of 6 tackles. Cougar Sargason, he's been all over the field as well. He's got 5 tackles tonight on the defensive side. The quarterback, Ezra Hibma for Sioux Center, is 5 of 12 for 80 yards. And, of course, both Sitzman and Hibma have an interception now at this point. Their top target here on the night, well, that has been that Braden Perez Heatbrink, who caught the big 86-yard touchdown pass. Outside of that, it's been tough to move the football through the air for Sioux Center. Outside of those 86 yards, they have actually been credited for losing some yardage here with some sacks and things like that. So it's been a struggle for them to throw the football. But on the ground, boy, Ezra Hibma's running well. 107 yards rushing on 7 carries. Another 36 yards on 7 carries for Joseph Molina. Cody Sandbolt, 32 yards rushing on 9 carries here tonight as well. The scores have come from Ezra Hibma once on the ground and twice through the air. He found Parker Smith for a touchdown, and then that big hitter from Braden Perez Heatbrink that gave Sioux Center the lead there late in the first quarter of play. So it is a score of 23-20, of course, with a safety involved in there that has given Sioux Center a 3-point lead, plus a missed point after try from Lamar's. You alluded to it a few times in the first half, Gabe. Boy, offenses have been extremely efficient here tonight. And on a hot night where it's tough to kind of get your energy, that's a really tough game for a defensive player to play. That's because you're trying your hardest, you're doing everything you can, and you're just not getting rewarded for it.
Yeah, and it's just stacking those plays together, and that's what's been hard. They've been in third and very manageable a lot of the night, Sioux Center has, and even when they haven't, if we forced him to run around a little bit, he's kind of just chucked it, and they've been successful at times. So it's really going to be being able to lock in for the next 24 minutes and make sure that every single second you're on the field, you're doing your job. You don't have to do too much, but you do have to do your job. We have to sustain things, and we just have to tackle better defensively. And offensively, we've had some good moments.
Right, well, and that's the biggest thing, the tackling. Coaches can preach the fundamentals of tackling. They can do everything they want to, but until you see who you're tackling and the situation in which you have to tackle him, it's really tough to make plays. But that being said, the Bulldogs have, I don't know what the yards per after contact has been, but it's got to be monumental for Sioux Center right now.
Yeah, and that's what they hang their hat on. That's what they do, and they do it well. And Hibma's tough to tackle. because of his movement, and Sambold's tough to tackle because he just wants to run through your face mask. And so it's not easy to tackle another person in space. It's not easy, but when we do have them rallied together and we have a bunch of Bulldogs in the area, we've got to make sure we get our hands on them with our bodies attached to it and bring the hips and just get them down to the ground, because when we've forced them behind the sticks, even when they've had to chuck it deep, we've been successful. So we do start with a ball. So as bleak as it may look after a lost opportunity there at the end of the half, we get the ball and we should be a little bit more fresh. This is the first time we've had heat, really. And so we've been so blessed the last month, really, with some nice weather. So, but here's the thing, both sides have it. It's not just hot on our side of the sideline. So it's going to be a battle tonight. You can see that it's going to be a 4-quarter game, and you're just going to have to stick with the plan and make more plays late.
The interesting thing, too, is, as you were talking about, okay, the missed opportunity there on the interception, it feels like a couple of those drives could have certainly gone a different way as well for Lamar's. The crazy thing to think about is this could be 34 to maybe 28 or something like this, too, at halftime. There is still so many things that the Bulldogs could have done better offensively in spite of scoring 20 points in the first half.
Yes, absolutely. You had some opportunities, and you know, again, it goes back to the little things. And if we go back to last week, we were better in the second half. We regrouped, we attacked better, we were more physical. Those things happened last week against a very, very good Heelan team. You hope you can get the same stuff, but we just can't let that ball bounce down to the 2-yard line and put ourselves in a hole. We can't, maybe make a decision that we shouldn't make. We just have to play together as a defense, and you're going to be tired after this one, but you know what? If you can have more points than them, you're going to feel better about being tired. You're going to be tired no matter what. You're going to be sore no matter what tomorrow morning. But are you going to be sore as a 2-1 team, or are you going to be sore as a 1-2 team?
Oh, that's the biggest question the Bulldogs have to answer. The other thing I want to ask about too is these big plays ended up not being very impactful due to penalties. But that being said, the Warriors have been successful on a lot of big plays in executing them and getting the yardage off of them. Whether or not they stick is due to the penalties. But that being said, the Bulldogs have given up a ton of big plays. Is that maybe a concern at this point at halftime?
Maybe a little bit. I would have thought the run play early would have maybe been a little bit more of a concern, but I think they've rallied back from that. Aside from Hibma, Sambold's been fine, but he hasn't broken any big ones. Hibma's bounced around in there, and then the long pass plays, they've been aided by something, whether it's a man downfield, they've been aided by maybe a shove in the back or whatever it might be. But water finds its levels, and so one time it gets called, one time it doesn't. It's all even, so you take advantage of it. I'm sure that we've had some plays that we've missed offensively too, or we've been penalized for some stuff. So it's just one of those where you're not exactly 0-0 to start second half. You do have a little bit of a deficit, but you're right there, and you can't be. Last week was a heck of a lot worse, down 20-0 against number 1 rated team. So hopefully this week you have that same approach, like you're down 20-0. If that's what it takes to get you to come out, be physical, play hard, and get after them, then let's do it, and let's change this game.
Whether or not the Bulldogs have led in the second half has varied week by week, but one thing that has worked when they need a little kind of pick-me-up in the second half has been they go to tempo and maybe speed up the intensity a little bit. That can kind of give them the energy they need to maybe either come back or to put the pedal on the metal like they did in Council Bluffs.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens here. Sioux Center's not going away, and I know the Bulldogs aren't going away. So we have a good second half brewing. Hopefully we can just get a couple more stops. They've turned the ball over in some big opportunities. If they want to give us another one or two, we would be much obliged by that, and we'd take advantage of it. But it's probably not going to be – we're going to go into the final 8 minutes of this game, 6 minutes of this game, and it's going to be undecided, and it's going to be who can make those plays down the stretch.
It is halftime in Sioux Center. Lamar's trails Sioux Center 23-20, but the Bulldogs do get the second half kickoff, and we'll get you ready for that here in just a moment. We'll get you some scores around the area as well. Stay tuned for more of our halftime coverage here on KLEM Radio.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
Lamar's Agri-Center, your local source for top-performing Kent feed products, bulk grass seed, bulk bird seed, lawn care essentials, dust control solutions, and much more, all accompanied with exceptional service. The Lamar's Agri-Center, your source for everything that grows.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle. And the blow dry is to die for. It always leaves my exterior sleek and shiny. My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang, you're such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spa treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee, Lamar's.
Lamar's Physical Therapy wants to wish our student athletes a successful and injury-free season. But if injury occurs, our therapists are here to get you back into the game. No doctor referral needed. Call us at 546-1718. Lamar's Physical Therapy, your hometown therapy provider.
At Roosters Harley-Davidson in Sioux City, you can find your perfect ride with bikes, gear, and service you can trust. Find them online at roostersh-d.com or stop by Roosters Harley-Davidson today, where your next ride is waiting.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Every day is game day when you feel your best. At Game Day Men's Health in Dakota Dunes, they help you boost energy, build muscle, and reclaim your edge. Get your testosterone checked today and visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com for more.
Men's fashions, tuxedo rentals, and dry cleaning services. That's Mesher's Clothing, downtown Lamar's. Open weekdays 9 till 5:30, Saturdays 9 till 4. See Chad for all your fashion needs. That's Mesher's in the middle, downtown Lamar's.
Make sure you can see the ball clearly. Schedule your annual eye exam today at Gretkin Family Eye Care, downtown Lamar's. They'll treat you like family, and they have the most stylish eyewear selection in town. Gretkin Family Eye Care.
This is Jamie Sisman. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our halftime coverage here in Sioux Center alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you as we continue our coverage. The Bulldogs trail this one at the half by a score of 23-20. We'll get you ready for the second half here in just a moment. That's going to start here very shortly. Let's get you some scores, high school football scores at the half around Plymouth County. We'll start in Lamar's Jim Lorenzen Field. Galen Catholic is currently credited with a 14-0 lead at the half over Sioux Central in the homecoming game for the Jays. Third-ranked MMCRU also celebrating homecoming and doing so in a big way. They lead South O'Brien 30-0. Akron Westfield right now leads West Monona 13-0. Kingsley Pearson leads Harris Lake Park 49-0. St. Edmund right now taking it to Remsen St. Mary's 36-0. And it is Hinton in a good battle with the defending Class A champion, 6th-ranked Tri-Center. That score is 14-13 in favor of the Trojans at the halftime break. Other scores around the Northwest Iowa that might be of note. West Lyon, they lead Unity Christian 22-0 at the half. West Sioux's up on Sibley Ocheyedan 21-6. Sheldon leads Hartley Melvin Sanborn 20-7. Woodbury Central up on Westwood 17-0. MOC Floyd Valley leads Storm Lake 27-7. How about Boyden Hall Rock Valley? Second quarter lead over OABCIG 14-6. Spirit Lake leads Central Lyon George Little Rock 13-0. Other one of note, Spencer trails Western Christian 16-14 in the second. Sergeant Bluff Luton looking like Sergeant Bluff Luton. They're up 42-0 on Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson just before the half. ready to get this one underway in half number 2. As we thank you for keeping it tuned to our halftime coverage here tonight from Sioux Center and Open Space Park. The Bulldogs trail this matchup 23-20 at the halftime break. See if they can set the tone right away by getting this opening kickoff and doing something with it on the offensive side of the ball. Noam Gruneweg has it teed up at the 40-yard line, and he sends a right-footed line drive kick fielded by an up back. That's Isaiah Tolson running it back, right numbers 35 to the 40. He lowers his shoulder and gets across the 40 and to the 43-yard line of Sioux Center. Good run for Tolson. First down for Lamar's in good field position.
Yeah, and Isaiah's one that he hasn't played football at least last year, maybe the last couple of years, and decided to come out this year. And you know, he was probably a little nervous there catching that ball, but he's done a great job, especially on special teams. You know, just providing some leadership as a senior. You know, you don't have to necessarily play the sport a ton to be a leader and be successful.
He's been the holder on point after kicks as well, so he's been doing a pretty good job there as well. Jamie Sitzman lines up under center on 1st and 10. A couple of tight ends in the formation, 2 men in the backfield. Sitzman goes under center, and he takes the snap. He sweeps it off the left side. That's Christopher Sanchez running off tackle. There's nowhere for him to turn upfield. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage at the 40. They'll give him the 38-yard line. That's a loss of 5. It's 2nd down and 15.
There was just nowhere to get vertical and nowhere to just go the other direction. He had to just keep spreading it out, and that's good defense by the Warriors. They just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and there was nowhere to go.
So a tough start already for the Dogs. They're behind the chains on 2nd down and 15 from the 38. Sitzman motions Grant out of the backfield. 3 receivers that way. He throws toward Grant on a screen. It's caught. Good block from Murphy. Outside the right numbers to the 40 and out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Andrew Grant gets up ahead to the 48. He picks up 10. It'll be 3rd and 5.
That's a good block by Colin Murphy and a good ball placement by Jamie Sitzman, who maybe threw it a little shorter. I think that ball's supposed to go outside, but when they play on the outside hip, Colin has to block him out. It's just too hard to go out and hook that, and so he did a great job of getting that block and puts it in 3rd and manageable here.
Yeah, makes this one a lot better looking here on 3rd and 5 from the 48-yard line. The snap back to Sitzman. He throws over the middle, caught by Augustine. He stays on his feet after a big hit. Augustine rumbling up the right seam across the 40. He's into Warrior territory at the 36. 16 yards. It's enough for a Bulldog first down.
Gonna take more than a shoulder to get that man down. He is a big, strong, and he's just tough. He's just a tough player, and he's one that you just love to coach.
First down and 10 for Lamar's. Sitzman out of the gun. 2 receivers, right, 1 left. He turns, fakes the give, has the option pitch, and pitches it outside the left numbers. It goes to Andrew Grant to the 35, and he's run down ahead of the line of scrimmage at the 33-yard line. Gains 3, and it's 2nd and 7.
I see your option and raise you a little pitch option there out of the Bulldogs. Haven't seen that much, but they do have the guys to do it. And who was out there blocking at the point of attack, almost blocking 2 guys there, was Tyson Augustine. And although he's looking tired, if he gets singled up, they're going to take a shot to him.
And he'll find something in the tank.
And it might be right here.
He is all alone on that right side. Boy, you're putting your corner on an island. No safety help over the top. 2nd down and about 7 to go from the 34.
Nice.
Sitzman gives up the middle and carrying up the left seam. It looks like it was Sanchez that time up to the 29. No, that was Hernandez on the carry. Either way, it's a 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, they're similar builds in 116 and 1.6. So
it doesn't do me any favors.
If you can't see that one, it is really tough. But they both run really well tonight. They've run hard. They run physical. And now the Bulldogs in a 3rd and very manageable. And you think that this is probably 4 downs.
I need to petition Coach Vigdahl to have one of them change their numbers. Yeah, it's a little tricky up here. 3rd down and about 3 to go from the 29-yard line. Hernandez motions out of the backfield. Grant back there. Play fake. Sitzman lobs it up right sideline and just over through Tyson Augustine. It's an incomplete pass. 4th down and 3 for the Bulldogs of the Warrior 29. This is a tough decision.
Go for it.
You think so?
Yep, absolutely. In a game that has 40 points scored in the first half, you got to score points. You can't just rely on a stop and I mean, and if you punt it, it's tough saying where it's going to go. So
the tough part too is the last 4 years. This would be Giovanni range.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the Bulldogs don't have that weapon anymore, and so that alters how you have to play things.
He's probably sitting over there in the stands. Do you think we could?
Think you can get a COVID year, a redshirt year? 4th down and 3 for the 29. Sitzman, they run that reverse, right side. Grant carries up the middle. He bounces off the left tackle, 15 to the 10, 5 into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. The reverse play works again for the Dogs. It goes for a touchdown from Andrew Grant, 26 yards out. Dogs lead at 26-23.
And I'm not sure you're aware of this, but we ran this last week in the second half and ran into each other. And we didn't block it correctly. And I talked to Coach about this today. And it doesn't matter if people know it's coming. If you execute, good things will happen. And they did, and Andrew did his thing. Touchdown Bulldogs, and now we're up.
Bulldogs retake the lead. It'll be Jordan Luna on the point after try with 9:03 left in the third quarter. And see if he can make it a 4-point game, which is big in a game like this. Right-footed line drive kick, and it would not have gotten over the bar, but it did get deflected at the line anyway. The point after is no good. Lamar's leads Sioux Center 26-23, 9:03 left in the third. We'll take a break. Back with more Bulldog football in a moment here on KLEM.
Wagner Auto Supply is proud to support our area athletes and their families. As you travel from game to game, take care of your vehicle with new filters, batteries, windshield wipers, and wiper fluid from Wagner Auto Supply, 1st Street Northwest, Lamar's.
Get more because you deserve more with Kylie Petty Century 21 ProLink, serving Lamar since 2011. Wishing our local teams a successful season. Visit KyliePetty.com for your real estate needs.
This is Cougar Sargerson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back inside our broadcast booth here in Sioux Center alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. And your score now with 9:03 left to play. In the third quarter of action, it is Lamar's 26, Sioux Center 23. This one on a 29-yard touchdown run by Andrew Grant on 4th down, no less. And the Bulldogs have the lead for the first time since it was 7-0. Jordan Luna will line up for the kickoff, and he sends a line drive right-footed to kick. That bounces at the 2 and bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the Warriors will start at the 20-yard line. And we'll see if the Bulldogs are able to make better plays on defense. Of course, the tackling was the biggest bugaboo, and that sometimes just comes down to the intensity and the heart that you need to make the play.
And in high school sports, maybe more than any, emotion is huge.
Yes.
Momentum is huge. Getting that first score and not getting – if we get stopped there, that is – I mean, all the teenagers out there are totally flipping their moods.
Yep.
It just happens. So getting that score, not just a first down but a score, is going to be huge.
1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Hibma. 2 receivers, right, 1 left. High snap, fakes the give, pitches it outside the left numbers, and taking it out the sideline is Joe Molina. He's across the line of scrimmage and nearly gets to the 25 at about the 24. 4-yard gain for Molina makes it 2nd and 6.
Great tackle. Great tackle by Carter Melvin, and not to revisit last week too many times, but he had a nose-to-nose attack with Kaysen Thomas down by the goal line, and he stood there and he did what he needed to do, and that's the type of tackling that has to happen. That is huge. That's a difference between 2 more yards if he runs out of bounds. So great job by Carter to keep him back a little bit, and now you got to answer again.
2nd down and about 6 to go from the 24-yard line. Snap, faking the give. Hibma keeps up the middle. In between the hashes, he's near the 30 and brought down to the 28-yard line. That's a 4-yard pickup. It'll set up 3rd down and 2.
Yep, and you just keep tackling, keep tackling, keep tackling. Make them go, force them into a 3rd and long. This isn't exactly long, but it's better than a first down on 2nd down, which they've had multiple times tonight. So make them run another play.
That's 3rd down and 2 here for Sioux Center as they look to try and give themselves a chance to keep this drive alive from their own 28-yard line. As Hibma lines up in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 receiver to his left, and Hibma takes a snap, keeps off the right side, and that's near the line to gain. Stopped at the 30 there. I think they're going to give them the first down there. It's a 2-yard gain. Yeah, they gave him the 31 as well. That carry there by Sandbolt, and it's a first down for Sioux Center.
Yep, and that, you know what? We can live with 3 or 4 yards of play. Like that's much better than the big play. Make them drive. Make them drive. That's where we're going to be successful. So we can't have them wrapping off 7, 8, 10 yards of play. But if they're going to go 3 or 4, they're going to make a mistake.
So first down and 10 for Sioux Center. The drive stays alive at their own 31-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Out of the shotgun, Hibma. Helmet high snap, quick drop, rifles toward the left. Numbers, catch made, and a good tackle out there by Carter Melvin. It is a stop at the 25-yard line. The catch made out there. It looks like that was Tate Swager on the reception. 4 yards makes it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and that's good for him to hold on. It is a 5-yard game, but he got up slow, and you have to continue to tackle. And he's got to come out. That brings another body in. It just changes how things go, and tempo and pace, and all of that changes when you can make tackles.
2nd down and 6 from the 35-yard line of Sioux Center. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. 2 men in the backfield as Ezra Hibma tries to give the Warriors a chance to retake the lead down 26-23. Handoff around the left side. That's Sandbolt trying to turn the corner around the right side. And the Bulldogs get 2 to the ball carrier to bring him down. Deji Kabongo, Tegan Bogue on the stop. Gain of a yard to the 36. It's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and that's what you do. Rally, rally, rally. They got a little bit there, but nothing much. Cougar Sargason forced it outside. Tyson Augustine forced it outside, and then you have your 2 defensive backs filling gaps. So now this is that big 3rd down where they're a little bit further than what they have been.
Yeah, it is a bit of a longer 3rd down, about 3rd and 5, we'll say. Maybe a short 5 or a long 4. It is 3 receivers lining up to the left side of the quarterback, Ezra Hibma. 1 receiver to his right in single coverage with Deji Kabongo. Hibma takes a snap. They're going to run it around the right side with Sandbolt. He spins out of a tackle, and he gets across the line to gain. Yeah, he was hit at the 38, kept his feet moving to the 42. 6-yard gain, 1st down, Sioux Center.
Hudson Cass had him right there and just kind of spun him around, and he kept his feet. And that's the hard part about that. You need to find ways to take away their motor and take away the things that keep on moving, and if you can do that. But there again, it took them 3 downs to get there. I feel like we can get one. They have turned the ball over a couple times. If we can just make them not allow that big play.
1st down and 10 for Sioux Center from the 42-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Out of the shotgun is Ezra Hibma. Hibma high snap. He gives around the left side, and a carry in between the hashes across the 45 for Joseph Molina. He's down at the 47. That's a good 5-yard gain. And it's 2nd down and 5 here with 5:45 to go before the 3rd quarter ends. The Bulldogs lead 26-23.
It almost feels boring. Nothing's happening. I mean, it's just real football where they're just everybody's running plays, and it's not up and down and crazy bounces and a bunch of penalties. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, yeah, you're jinxing us.
We're going to knock on wood here.
Well, and the crazy thing, too, is we might only have 2 or 3 drives in this quarter after having 5 and 6 in the first couple quarters. Here is 2nd down and 5 from the 47. Hibma the snap. He keeps up the middle across midfield. A 1st down deep into Bulldog territory to the 42-yard line. It's another strong run for Ezra Hibma. This goes for 11 yards and a Warrior 1st down.
Yep, and that was just didn't account for the quarterback, and they're going to make you choose. It's VK versus VK, the VK Bowl here, and they're trying to make it. You know, he's doing a great job of forcing us to make decisions, and then on the other side, on the defensive side, we're doing our best to try to make the right one, and it's tough. It's tough when bullets are flying out there.
1st down and 10 for Sioux Center. Ball's at the Bulldog 42-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. This drive is already 8 plays old and 4.5 minutes. High snap. Hibma catches with his right hand, carries up the middle. There was nowhere for him to go after that play got busted. A stop of 2 yards. Andrew Grant, Cougar Sargason there. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, and I'm gonna check a number here. Number 57. Colton Mao. He had 4 guys. He was driving back. So we've got to get off blocks there to make that happen. We did a good job of making the tackle after only a couple yards, but he had guys and he was pushing back. We can't fight around behind him. If he's blocking 1 guy, so be it. But he can't block 2 or 3. I don't think he's that good. No offense, Colton.
4:10 to go in the 3rd quarter, and a drive nearly 5 minutes old is in Bulldog territory. 2nd down and 8 for the 40. Snap to him, a play action bootleg to his right. He's looking to throw. Now he runs up the right numbers to the 35, and he's hit from behind across the line to gain to the 31-yard line. 9 yards, and it's the 4th Sioux Center 1st down of the drive.
Yeah, and he turned his shoulder and didn't really want that. We've got to make him pay for running. We've got to keep hitting him and drive our feet through. They've had a good drive here. It's been a lot of positive plays, but we just got to keep thinking turnover. Maybe they'll make that mistake.
And really just 1 pass play. I mean, they've done all of this on the ground. 1st and 10 for Sioux Center at the Bulldog 31-yard line. Two receivers left, one right. Hibma in the shotgun on the right hash. And he takes the snap. He fakes the give. He keeps it
There
this
it
time.
is.
And that time the Bulldogs swarm to the football. No gain. In fact, a loss of 2 yards on the keeper by Hibma. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Now you force the pass. Now you force the hand. Now they don't have to because they might be in 4-down territory also, you know, depending on where they're at. So, but you got to think they're going to throw one eventually, right?
Right. They've only thrown it once, and by my count, they've run 11 plays on this drive. At some point, you're probably going to have to.
I think you like number 23 down here. He's kind of been that target. He's got solo coverage. There's no safety over top, so.
2nd and 12 here for Sioux Center at the Bulldog 33-yard line. The snap back to Hibma. He's looking that way. Right sideline. Catch made by Perez.
Tackle.
Heat break. Deji Kabongo hanging on to his right ankle for dear life, and he brings him down to the 27. Thankfully, just a 6-yard hitch, but it is a positive gain to make it 3rd and 6.
Great play by Deji to, first off, make a play on the ball, which was great. Oh, yeah, we got a number 55. Bulldog had to go out.
Yep.
And so we're going to have to move some pieces around.
Chase Hammonds
lost his helmet, so he's going to have to go out, so we're going to adjust a.
Looks like a 3-man front now for the Bulldogs. Maybe they'll put Andrew's hand down. Yep.
Yeah, looks like that's what they'll do.
Okay, so still a 4-man front. Grant will go down as a defensive end, and Christopher Sanchez checked in to play linebacker. 3rd down and 6 for Sioux Center. Ball is at the Bulldog 27, and our official holds up play. The clock is running with 2 minutes to go. The officials have not signaled for the clock to stop.
No, they're not gonna.
And
the play clock's not going.
Play clock's not going either. This is a mess.
He's just spinning in a circle. What is he doing out there?
What?
Oh, he's asking how much time's left.
Well, the question I have is why, and Sioux Center, I would have to imagine, is furious. They've got Lamar's on the ropes here on this drive.
2:45.
They're going to put, 47 more seconds on this clock?
Well, I suppose if when Chase went off, if they should have stopped it immediately.
2:25. Okay, we heard that.
Okay.
2:25.
I did think 45. We have headphones on, and we're not very good with numbers up here. So
we can't hear very well.
No.
So clock is running now. They did put 25 seconds back on the clock. 3rd down and 6 for Sioux Center. The Bulldog 27. Hand sweep left side. Molina sheds out of a tackle. 25.
Short.
He falls forward near the line to gain. He is short. At the 22, they give him 5. It'll be 4th and 1 at the Bulldog 22.
And this is where, they're going for it. Not a doubt.
Boy, this is a massive play now, especially late in this 3rd quarter. 1:55 to go in the 3rd. Bulldogs lead at 26-23 and trying to see if they can hold on after a Sioux Center drive that has been tremendous.
Watch the ball.
So far, 13 plays and 58 yards they've run, and 7.5 minutes gone of this clock. 4th down and 1 from the 22. Another shotgun to Hibma. 2 receivers left, 1 right. High snap, gets it down. Molina carries up the middle, punches through the line. He's got a 1st down. Inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. It is a 4th down conversion for Sioux Center. They're in the red zone now with a fresh set of downs.
Yep, and that was obviously you don't want to give up the 1st down, but Sioux Center gave up a touchdown on the 4th down.
Right.
So make them keep running plays and hope that somebody makes a mistake.
Well, here's the deal now. They're starting to run out of 1st downs they can gain at this point. Only have 1 more set of downs they could start on this drive, but it has been an impressive drive. 14 plays, 62 yards, and now 8 minutes have come off the clock in this quarter. 1st and 10 of the 18. Shotgun set for Hibma. He sweeps around the right side for Sandbolt, trying to get off tackle. Right seam 15, 10, 5. He's into the end zone for a Sioux Center touchdown. It's an 18-yard scamper for Cody Sandbolt, and Sioux Center does retake the lead. It is 29-26 Warriors. 53 seconds left to go in the 3rd.
Just not physical enough. We've got to attack that lead blocker, and we've got to push him back. Looks like Tegan Bogue is cramping up out there, it looks like maybe.
Yeah, we need more variation in numbers. Kazel was number 5. Bogue's number 15.
Gee, dang it. They don't think about us at all.
I know, they don't. They really don't. And Tegan Bogue is still down. He is being attended to by the trainers on hand in this contest. And they'll get him up. And he's putting weight on his legs. He's good to go. Just need to stretch it out. Good to see him walk off the field. He's going to jog off the field on his own power, which is even better news. So with 53 seconds left to go before this point after try, we'll tell you that was a 15-play, 80-yard drive, and it took 8 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. What a drive, and a Cody Sandbolt 18-yard touchdown run seals the deal after the Warriors also picked up a 4th and 1 on the play prior. So now this point after try again becomes massive. It's 29-26. Sioux Center leads with 53 seconds left in the third quarter. And if the point after try is successful, that will keep the Bulldogs from tying the game up with a field goal.
It must have taken a water timeout there. Must have extended that a little bit.
They extended that injury timeout for a water break, it appears. So they get everybody regrouped again, and Sioux Center will line up for the point after try. The Warriors will have Lane Waddle hold it for Noam Gruneweg and see if Sioux Center can make it a 4-point game, make the Bulldogs have to score a touchdown to retake the lead. On the point after try, the snap is good, spot is good, right-footed kick toward the left upright, it is good as well. And your score now with 53 seconds left in the third, it's Sioux Center 30, Lamar's 26. Bulldogs get the ball back when we come back here on KLEM.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to cnos.net to learn more.
From playtime to game time, Launchpad Children's Museum fuels young imaginations while our hometown sports teams inspire the next generation of champions. Best of luck to our area teams from Launchpad Children's Museum.
This is Tyson Augustine, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We're back to our coverage of Bulldog football here on KLEM alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. And your score now with 53 seconds left to go in the third. It is Sioux Center 30, Lamar's 26. And it'll be Noam Gruneweg to boot this one away for the Warriors. He sends a right-footed pooch kick, end over end, bounces inside the 25. It's touched by the Dogs, picked up on the hop, and the Dogs will look to run it up the left sideline and breaking a tackle, 25-30. It is landed High Tree across the 30, and High Tree is run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Boy, it was lucky for him to get outside the 20, stayed on his feet, and the Dogs get to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, good hard run. The only thing you worry about with something like that is you want to make sure he holds on to the ball. He's so excited to keep on going. It's kind of like, you know, the younger guys, they want to go make a play so bad.
When a lineman touches the ball.
I didn't want to say that. But, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking going through my head.
The loaf of bread is what you worry about in that situation.
And he's a ball carrier, so
yes,
he knows what he's doing a little
yeah.
bit more than others.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line. Sitzman fakes the give. He keeps off the left side. Oh, he stutter-stepped an defender. Left numbers across the 35. He's down at the 38-yard line, a gain of 4, and it's second down and 6.
Might get one more play. We'll see.
I think the Dogs are going to try and get another play here. As you've said, scoring is common, and so running plays pretty frequently might help the Bulldogs here to keep their progress going. So it's second down and 6. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter, though. Sitzman motions a man out of the backfield. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Play fake. Quick pass middle. It's deflected. Picked up by Sandbolt at the line of scrimmage. Nobody in front of him. He's into the end zone for a Warrior touchdown. Sandbolt picked off the ball at the line of scrimmage. It's his second interception of the year. He runs it back for 6. The Warriors go up 36-26 with 3 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, that's a killer. And we had an open receiver too, maybe a couple of them, but he read the play on the outside. He was down on towards the line, fell back, just put his hands up and threw it right to him. And unfortunately, he's not getting caught by anybody once he gets in the open field.
Yeah, we've seen him run with the football offensively, but then once he had all that open field defensively, there was really nothing you could do to stop him. Point after try upcoming to make it an 11-point game. Snap and spot are good. The right-footed kick is inside the left upright and good. Your score with 3 seconds left of the third. It's 37-26. Sioux Center with the lead on the big pick 6 by Sandbolt. We're back with more after this on KLEM.
Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's is a proud supporter of area athletics. They focus on strong, healthy bodies with all their dairy products. And they continue to strive hard to provide the best possible dairy products to their customers. That's Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's. Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
This is Tegan Bogue, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to the Open Space Park in Sioux Center. Daniel Versteg with you. Sioux Center leads Lamar's 37-26 following the interception return for a touchdown from Cody Sandbolt. Here's the squib kick. The Bulldogs can't field the short hop. Bounces by High Tree. Picked up at the 20 by Tyson Augustine. Along the left numbers. He runs it back toward the right side. Right seam to the 30. And Augustine is run down and brought down to the 35-yard line. And that puts an end to quarter number 3. So Bulldogs will have a fresh drive to start quarter number 4. And it will be a very impactful one. Down 2 possessions by the score of 37-26. We'll take a break. Fourth quarter coming up when you come back here on KLEM Radio.
MRK Insurance knows that teamwork is dream work. At MRK Insurance, you get a great partner for all of your insurance needs. Visit them today on Central Avenue in Lamar's for a no-obligation quote for all of your insurance needs. That's MRK Insurance in Lamar's.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC in Lamar's supports our local student athletes, trusted for generations with reliable legal guidance. So when you are in need of legal services, consult with one of the attorneys at Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC, located at 38 First Avenue Northwest, Lamar's, Iowa.
This is Hudson Cass, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Back to start quarter number 4. The Dogs down 11 as Andrew Grant takes the first play of the fourth quarter up the left seam across the 40. And he's brought down to the 42-yard line. It is a pickup of 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3 with the Dogs down 37-26 to open this fourth quarter.
Yeah, really, you just have to get in the end zone now.
Yep.
You just have to get in the end zone.
And the Dogs will hurry it up. Second and 3, play fake. Sitzman keeps off the left side, pitches late.
Oh,
Grant
wow.
spins away from a defender.
That could have been bad.
And I think he got the first down. He did. Up to the 45-yard line. Man, now almost disaster. Turns into a first down for the Bulldogs.
That was almost a little too late on the short side there, and that was dangerous. I'm surprised Andrew came up with it. And then had the wherewithal to get to the first down marker before going out of bounds.
Yeah, the fact he caught the pitch was impressive enough, and then the way he spun away from a defender, stayed in bounds. That's an impressive play after nearly losing it. First and 10 of the 45 of Lamar's. Sitzman drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket. There's pressure all over him, and he goes down. It's a sack back at the 41-yard line. He loses 4 on the sack, and it'll be second down and 14.
I liked Colin down here. I thought he had an opportunity to make, but he didn't have any time to get it off, and that's what happens. They have that 3-man front, that 3-3 stack, and they're just gonna bring guys from different areas, and you have to be able to account for everybody.
Well, the tough part is, as Coach Vigdahl described a little bit in the pregame, it's a different guy every time.
Yep.
Picking up that blitz when it's a different guy coming every time is really tricky. Second down and about 13 to go from the 42-yard line. Sitzman drops to pass. Sandbolt pressures him. Throw left side. It's caught. And breaking out of a tackle is Augustine as he spins across midfield. And he's into Warrior territory at about the 47-yard line. That is a pickup of, we'll say, 15 yards. And it'll be, or 12 yards. It'll be third down and about 2 to go.
Yeah, and Sandbolt was right there. And did get a little bit of a hit on Jamie, but you're 4 down territories because you're 2 scores, so you can't afford not to continue this drive.
Yeah, and especially with the rate Sioux Center's been scoring, if you don't get the ball back, it could be a 3-possession game. Third down and about 3. Sitzman hands to Grant, tries to bounce off the left side, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go, and once again it's Sandbolt. He's making plays offensively, defensively. It'll be 4th down and 3 for the Dogs.
Yep, and it's you have to go. As long as you didn't lose about 10 yards, you were going to have to go. So.
Yeah, they lost about a half a yard. 10:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Dogs down 37-26. And I know it's still early in the fourth quarter, but this could be the game right here.
Yeah, it's a huge mark, and you're going to sit here, and we're gonna see black reverse here. They're all pointing over here. They think they know, but
4th down and 4. Here's the reverse play. The fumble, or the handoff on the reverse is fumbled. Grant loses it. He's stopped back in Warrior territory, Bulldog territory at the 43. It'll be a turnover on downs on the loss of 9 yards, and Sioux Center does get the football back.
And he was going to score. There was nobody out here. I mean, we had blockers out in front. There might have been one guy, but he clearly would have had the first down, and now you have to hope for a turnover, and they're just going to run the ball. They're going to do everything they can. I said that last week, I think, about Heelan, and then they started chucking it. But I really think they're just going to run the ball, and even if they run it 3 times and punt and make you go 90-some yards, we'll get it with under 8 minutes left and have to have 2 scores. That's going to be tough.
Well, and the tough thing was they've already rattled off an 8-minute drive in the second half, so might not get the ball back with more than 2 or 3 minutes left. 1st and 10 from the 45. 3 receivers right. And now here's Hibma dropping back to throw. Takes a shot down the left sideline. Perez heat brink. And the ball is thrown too far behind his back shoulder inside the 10 and incomplete. He did have a step against Carter Melvin, but the incompletion makes it 2nd and 10.
Apparently everything I say is going to be wrong. So I just don't see him turning the ball over here either. We'll try that little announcer jinx or whatever it is. There's no way they fumble and we run it back for a touchdown, right?
See, you got to play the game. And unless you do games as often as I do, you don't know the game until you're in it. So, you got to play the jinxing game a little bit. We'll see if that ends up working for the Bulldogs here. 9:58 left in the game. 2nd down and 10 from the Bulldog 45. Lane motions to the backfield. Hibma gives up the middle, and a big carry up the right seam. It's Molina to the 20, breaks a tackle, 15. He's into the end zone for a Sioux Center touchdown. It's a 45-yard touchdown run for Joseph Molina. And this one is all Warriors now here in the second half. The score 43-26. Sioux Center, 9:51 to go in the third.
Yeah, that one hurts, and we just haven't tackled. I think we had an opportunity, just couldn't make that happen. So another big play, and we're 17 points down or whatever it is, and that's a tough hill.
That's 3 possessions in 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Timeouts or no timeouts, that is going to be tricky to go. Here comes the point after try from Noam Gruneweg. Try and give Sioux Center an 18-point lead, which would make things a little bit more tricky. You can't go touchdown, field goal at that point. So we'll see how the Bulldogs cover it. Here's the snap, spot, right-footed kick just inside the upright and good. The score, Sioux Center 44, Lamar's 26. 9:51 to go in the ballgame. We're back with more Bulldog football in just a moment here on KLEM.
Certified public accountants Cruz & Cruz extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruz & Cruz Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
This is Deji Kabango, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Open Space Park in Sioux Center alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. 9:51 left to play in this ball game. It's been all Warriors, 44-26. Sioux Center with an 18-point advantage. That is a 3-possession lead. And with how the Warriors have been scoring, well, first of all, scoring 3 times in a quarter is tricky enough, but to score 3 times and to shut out Sioux Center twice on offensive possessions, That just doesn't happen tonight. So here we go. Noam Gruneweg sends a right-footed short pooch kick, bounces at the 25, and it's scooped up. It's Isaiah Tolson again. He runs it up the right seam, cuts it back up the numbers to the 35-40, and Tolson is brought down at the 41-yard line. Dogs get some good field position, but again, they have not been able to do much with it. And with 9:44 to go in the ball game, it is score or go home time at this point for the Dogs.
Yeah, and they've Sioux Center's known what they're playing into their hand. They're doing what they do. They can't kick it deep. They don't cover well enough. They don't feel like, anyways. I'm taking that from how they're kicking it.
Yep.
And we've had good returns. And they're just saying their defense is going to hold. And so right now it's a lot of that going on.
Sitzman completes a pass over the left seam to Tyson Augustine. He's got a first down across midfield and into Warrior territory at the 46-yard lines. 13 yards and a first down, and they're going to hurry it up.
Yep, you're going to see tempo.
They want to run as many plays as quickly as they can. First down and 10 from the Warrior 46-yard line. Snap to Sitzman, drops back, throws an out route right side, and throws it out in front of Tegan Bogue. It's an incomplete pass, and it's second down and 10.
Yeah, and we've got some tired guys out there. Tyson Augustine's played pretty much every snap, and he's going to give you everything he has, but it wears on you. It's tough, and that's something that just look at the sidelines and the amount of players. It's a big deal.
Well, and again with the heat, it feels like it hasn't cooled off at all tonight. Here's second and 10. Sitzman rolls to his right, looks to throw downfield, and he's got Bogues across the 35-yard line. Looked like he grabbed his face mask, but Bogues across the 30 to the 29-yard line. 17-yard completion for a first down.
Yeah, it's a tall hill to climb, but if you score fast, you get some momentum. You maybe get an onside kick sometime along the line. Who knows?
First down and 10 from the Warrior 29. Sitzman 2x2 set. Throws quickly left seam. Caught by Augustine up the left hash to the 20. He's still fighting his way down to the 17-yard line. He picks up 12 yards and a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, Jamie just turns and chucks to a spot, and it's good. I'm not taking anything away from Jamie and how he's doing it, but he just trusts is what I'm talking about. That trust that he has in Tyson Augustine.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line. Sitzman, bell high snap, quick drop, throws right, and throws it too far out in front of Colin Murphy. An incomplete pass. It's second down and 10.
Yeah, that was just a little bit outside. We've gone to that side twice and haven't quite gotten anything. They're bringing a little bit of pressure like they continue to do, but still only your 3-down linemen, and then they're just sending a back or giving a rest every once in a while.
This has been quick. The Bulldogs have only taken 44 seconds off the clock with 9 minutes to go in the game. Second down and 10. Sitzman, quick pass, right hash, caught by Bogue, and he gets upended. The ball comes out. He is down by contact at the 11-yard line. It's a 7-yard completion to Bogue, and it'll be third down and 3.
Yeah, he was either down or it was incomplete. It wasn't a fumble.
Yeah, it'll be third down. Actually, about 4 to go here for the Bulldogs from the Warrior 11. Sitzman drops back, throws an out route left side. Wide open, Augustine at the 5. Sidesteps a defender. He's across the goal line for a Bulldog touchdown. Tyson Augustine finds the far pylon on a great completed pass on the outside, and the Bulldogs aren't dead yet. It's 44-32 Sioux Center.
And they're going to go for 2. Geez, he's just so tough.
Yes.
There was no doubt in my mind, as long as he caught it, he was going to get the end zone. You're not tackling him with one guy very often.
A nice quick drive by the Dogs as well. Took just 1 minute and 8 seconds off of the clock. And by my count, that gives Tyson 100 yards of receiving on the day. Yeah, the Dogs are going to go for 2, give themselves a chance to cut it to 10, which would leave a touchdown and field goal a possibility. Augustine motions closer to the formation. Snap to Sitzman. Play action fake. He looks to run off the left side, and Sandbolt throws him to the ground. 2-point try is no good, and your score with 8:36 to go. It's Sioux Center 44, Lamar's 32. We're back in just a moment here on KLEM.
Hey sports fans, this is Perry from the Ace Hardware downtown Lamar's. Maintain your home and yard with advice and products from Ace. We'll help you get it done more efficiently so you have time to go to the next game. Ace Hardware, Lamar's.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
This is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We're about to be back to Open Space Park in Sioux Center alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. And with 8:36 to go in this ball game, the Bulldogs rattle off a very nice tempo drive, 7 plays for 59 yards in just 1 minute and 8 seconds. And Jamie Sitzman finds Tyson Augustine from 11 yards out to give the Bulldogs a score. It's 44-32, Sioux Center, after a failed 2-point conversion. And as you said, Gabe, I mean, there's still plenty of time. If you get a quick stop and then turn it into points, you keep your timeouts, you give yourselves at least a chance. But the stop is the biggest thing. That hasn't really happened tonight. And here's Jordan Luna. He sends the right-footed end-over-end kick deep into the Sioux County night sky. It bounces inside the 2 and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So Sioux Center will start at their own 20-yard line. The biggest thing, you got to get a stop, and to do that, got to make some good tackles, keep the Warriors off schedule a bit.
Yeah, and I said it before, and I was wrong, but I won't say I guarantee it's only runs, but you're going to see a majority of runs, barring anything weird. Hibma's going to get the ball, and he's going to carry it probably at least 8 to 10 more times throughout the rest of this game, and he's going to have to put one on the ground for us to really gain some traction here, because we're going to have to buckle down and not give that. We just can't let them get any first downs. It's just bottom line.
Yeah, first downs are backbreakers, especially the fact that they can rattle off 8 minutes on one drive. First and 10 of the 20-yard line. Ezra Hibma, helmet high snap. He faked the give. He kept it off the right seam. 25 right numbers, 30, 35. Kabongo couldn't bring him down. Ephraim Kabongo backs up his brother Deji and brings him down to the 40-yard line. That's a 20-yard keeper by Hibma. First down, Sioux Center. And Gabe, that was so tough to defend. That ball was in the back's belly for so long.
Yeah, it is very tough, but you have to trust your teammates and do your job. And unfortunately, it just takes one or two to get off their line, and that hurts. That hurts a lot because the running back was going nowhere. We had him done, but there was nobody that accounted for the quarterback.
Thankfully, with him going out of bounds, the clock stops. First and 10 of the 40-yard line here for Sioux Center. Hibma gives up the middle. Molina grabbed in the backfield, couldn't bring him down. Now he bounces off the left tackle to the 40, left numbers 45, and he's stopped short of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain when it could have been a 3-yard loss, and it's 2nd and 1.
Yeah, I kind of feel like a little bit of a broken record, and I think Coach will probably talk about it on the show. We've got to tackle better, and we did a pretty good job of it last week, and it just hasn't been here this week, and it's just it comes down, and they're not easy to tackle out there. They're athletes, they're working hard too, but we have to be able to wrap up, and he needs to be able to go down, and then when Hudson gets him back there, we've got to rally to it. 2nd
and 1 for Sioux Center at the 49-yard line. Cody Sandbolt, that big back, 6'3", 220. Lane in the backfield doesn't get it. Hibma keeps up the left seam, and he's brought down by Hudson Cass in Bulldog territory at the 47. It's a gain of 4 and a first down for Sioux Center.
Yeah, and the thing that's tough is we're having to make solo tackles. I don't feel like it's a Bulldog defense at the pile every time, and it's one or two guys. It's pretty easy to identify, and it's a different one. Everybody's doing their part, but we really need to rally to it, and everybody needs to get to that ball and help wrap up these very, very tough ball carriers.
First down and 10 for Sioux Center. Ball's at the Bulldog 47-yard line. 2 receivers either side of the formation. Hibma in the shotgun. 1 man in the backfield. He turns left. This time he gives to Jake Lane. He carries up the left seam and is brought down by Kent Westhoff at the 42-yard line. A gain of 5, and it's 2nd and 5.
And that's where they just want to live. They know they can do that, and to be honest, you're probably 4-down territory because if a snap goes over your head, that can be a quick change, and you don't want something like that if you're Sioux Center. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to hold them to a 4th and long if you got a shot.
Yeah, this needs to go backwards if you can. 2nd down and 5 from the Bulldog 42. It is Hibma in the gun. 2 receivers left and 1 to his right. Hibma takes a shoulder-high snap, turns right, fakes the give, has an option pitch. He just keeps it in between the hashes across the 40, and he's near the line to gain. He's got the line to gain at the 37, and another Warrior first down. It is just methodical. They are chewing up yardage. They are picking up first downs. They're chewing up clock. And at a certain point, there's really not much the Bulldogs can do other than, they just have to make stops.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, you need a turnover really, really bad. The only way that happens is if you get more guys, or they make a mistake. But if you get more guys to the ball, you can rip at it, you can tear it. But it's always got to be one guy making a tackle, and you can't rip and tear at the ball then.
5:50 left to go in the game. It is 44-32 Sioux Center. Here is Hibma out of the gun. He gives up the middle. That looked like it was Molina on the carry. He's still up in that pile, and he's finally dragged down after a host of Bulldogs get there. Pickup of 3 to the 34, and it'll be 2nd and 7.
And that's a toughness 3 out of him right there. Him and a couple O-linemen just took everybody for a ride, and we got to stay low and drive through, and we're approaching the 5-minute mark, and every second that goes by dwindles your chances just a little bit more.
Yeah, the Dogs have 3 timeouts, but stopping is the biggest thing first before you can even think about using timeouts. 2nd down and 7 for Sioux Center at the Bulldog 34. Dogs line up 4 along the line, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Hibma the snap. He gets it down and hands off the right side. Sandbolt carries up the right seam to the 25-20, and he's down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. It's a 15-yard gain for Cody Sandbolt, and Sioux Center has a 1st down once again.
And you see 3 or 4 Bulldogs every play getting up a little bit slower and a little bit slower. And, unfortunately, when things aren't going well, everything hurts a little bit more. And that's just the reality of the situation. And so they're running hard, and they're kind of getting to us a little bit. They're going to have quite a few rush yards by the end of the night.
Oh, yeah. I have not tallied them up, but I think at this point they're already over 300.
Yep.
If not, maybe considerably over 300. Here's 1st down and 10 for Sioux Center at the Bulldog 18. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right of Ezra Hibma in the shotgun. And he takes a shoulder-high snap, gives around the left side, and he is still stood up in that pile. Finally goes down at about the 13-yard line. Looked like it was Joseph Molina this time. And a pickup of about 5, and that'll make it 2nd or 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, we're kind of running around some blocks now trying to make a play, and it's tough. It's tough. We got to somehow run through some people and try to poke that ball out.
A drive that is now 4.5 minutes old is in the red zone and nearing the goal line and trying to score. It is 2nd down and 4 for Sioux Center. Ball is at the Bulldog 13-yard line. 2 right, 1 left. Shotgun set for Hibma. He takes a snap, and he gives around the left side. Jake Lane. He has the edge. A block downfield. He's into the end zone. It's a Sioux Center touchdown, and the Warriors hang 50 on the Bulldogs. It is 50-32. Sioux Center leads with 3:30 to play.
Yeah, I did not expect 50 out of Sioux Center tonight.
Nope.
And no offense to Sioux Center by any stretch, but I just felt like our defense has played physical and played strong all year and really done a good job the last 2 weeks against a good team. And tonight just coming up short.
For Jake Lane, it's his 4th touchdown of the year. 1st on the ground. Point after kick from Nome Gruneweg is good. It's all Warriors. 51-32 the score. 3:38 to play. We're back with more Bulldog football in just a moment on KLEM.
For all of your commercial or residential concrete or construction needs, JMax Construction is ready for you. At JMax Construction, you can be sure that your project will be handled with great customer service as well as the best of class construction and concrete work. Call JMax Construction and Concrete today at 540-0574.
Siouxland Glass is so glad you're supporting local athletes and listening to this great matchup. Siouxland Glass wants me to tell you that if you have a chip or crack in your windshield or need the whole thing replaced, you can call them at 540-9080. Siouxland Glass.
This is Carter Melvin, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, things unfortunately look bleak for the Dogs, down 51-32 with 3:38 left to go in this ball game. Sioux Center, big 5-minute drive, and now a pooch kick bounces inside the 30, rolls past Isaiah Tolson, and that he had to dive on. He didn't know if it would go out of bounds or not. He had to just dive on it inside the 20-yard line, so he's spotted down at the 18. And if you just want to twist the knife a little bit more, that is a good way to do it. The Dogs will have some tough field position once again.
Yeah, and it's not an excuse, and no coaches will say it, and the players might think it, but they won't be allowed to say it. But missing a guy like Josh Adall, missing a guy like Nolan Grage, those are big key parts to the defense. And the guys that are in there giving it their all, but
Sitzman hands off the right side. Joaquin Hernandez along the right numbers. He's brought down at the 23. That's a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Just not quite enough tonight, and you can't do anything about it now. You have to, you lick your wounds and you come back, and you got to be ready for a very good MOC team next week.
Spencer for homecoming the following week. Yeah, it doesn't get any easier for the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 5. Here's the hand up the middle. It's Hernandez again. He's got a lot of green grass to the 35. Stiff arms a defender to the 40, and he did sidestep out of bounds. Short of the 40. He's down at about the 39. Now they will give him the 40-yard line. That's a 17-yard carry and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and Sioux Center, they're going to play a little bit of a prevent. They're not going to – they just don't want anything big to happen, and it looks like we're going to try to run the ball and not necessarily concede, but
Sitzman out of the gun, hand up the middle. That is Hernandez. He's had a lot of room to run, but he gets tackled by his shoelace at the 49-yard line, carrying up the right numbers. Just a 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, and he had some more yards out there to get, but just kind of got tripped up by the turf monster and couldn't quite keep his feet.
Bulldogs hustle to the line, 2:43 to go, down 19. 2nd down and 1 for the 49. Quick pass over the middle, and that is thrown too far out in front of Andrew Grant, and an incomplete pass. That makes it 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, Andrew did not want getting your hands too extended over the middle can be a dangerous situation, and he didn't really want any part of that, and I don't necessarily blame him when the game's out of hand and it's hot and you're tired, and I don't blame him on that one.
Yeah, that's a hit I would not even consider taking, let alone actually take it. 3rd down and 1 from the 49. This is Hernandez once again around the right side. He's tackled up high and brought down to the 47-yard line of Sioux Center. It is a 4-yard gain, and it is enough for a Bulldog first down once again. But the Bulldogs running out of time. 2:33 to go in this ball game, trailing Sioux Center 51-32, and in danger of falling below 500. Unfortunately, looking like it could be similar to a start they had last year, where they went 2-3 to start the year. Finished with 4 straight wins, but missed out on the playoffs by 1 spot. Sitzman looks right now, looks left. There's pressure all over the place. He's running deep to his left. Now chucks it deep down the left sideline. It is jumbled coverage, and the ball is batted down and incomplete at the 12-yard line. A lot of hand fighting and a collision down there. Braden Perez heat brink for Sioux Center. Tyson Augustine for Lamar's. Incompletion makes it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it was a heck of a throw on the run to get it even close to the 10-yard line, but did a good job. I thought he might get tackled from behind, but he kept just far enough away, but nobody home.
2nd down and 10. Dogs hurry up at the Sioux Center 47. Sitzman hands around the left side. This is a carry for Joaquin Hernandez. The ball popped out. Sioux Center's on it, and it's going to be Warrior football. They turn the Dogs over. Sioux Center will be able to put the nail in the coffin now with 2:01 to go, up 19.
And that's kind of fitting right there, just kind of how the night's gone. Haven't been able to stack things consistently and looking to just finish out with a positive drive. Unfortunately, put the ball on the ground, and they got on top of it, and they'll be able to pretty much kneel it down and get out of here.
3rd turnover for the Bulldogs here tonight. 2 interceptions and a fumble. And if you want to throw it in there, a 4th turnover via a turnover on downs has been costly for the Bulldogs tonight. They trail 51-32, 2:01 to go in this ball game. And if the Bulldogs elect to use timeouts, they could, but 1 first down will certainly put an end to any hope the Bulldogs would have here tonight. 1st and 10 of the 42. As Sioux Center keeps him out there, hands up the middle, it's Joseph Molina. The running back carries to the 45-yard line, and that pile is apparently still alive, and he's finally rolled down to the 47-yard line, a gain of 5. It's 2nd and 5. That, too, has also been a thing that Sioux Center refuses to go down. I mean, this Warrior team runs hard, they run fast, they run physical, as you've talked about throughout the night, and unfortunately the Bulldogs just didn't have it to be able to match up with that.
Yeah, it's been tough. We had a bunch of guys at the pile, but it's been a lot of solo tackles or maybe 2, but very rarely have we seen 3, 4, 5 Bulldogs in on a play.
2nd down and 5 for Sioux Center. The ball at their own 47-yard line. Snap back to him. He gives up the middle and bouncing off the right seam. Sandbull slides into Bulldog territory at the 45-yard line. He's got a pickup of 8 yards and a first down for Sioux Center that will certainly finish off the job. Sioux Center, I think, can run just one more play and be wrapped up with this ball game. 51-32 the score, under a minute to go in regulation. And Sioux Center will try and take that play clock down to a spot in which they do not have to run another play on offense. So they take that game clock under 40, and Hibma now lines up his team in a bit of a changed victory formation. He's 5 yards deep, takes the knee at the 50, and that is your ball game. The final score tonight here from Sioux Center. It is Sioux Center 51 and Lamar's 32. The Warriors, man, what a start they've had. And we kind of wondered about the level of competition they played the first 2 weeks. They appear legit. The Warriors are 3-0 to start the year with a 51-32 victory over Lamar's. The Bulldogs now drop to 1-2. And as Gabe alluded to earlier, the season does not get any easier. A home contest with a top 10 team in 3A, also out of this district, MOC Floyd Valley, awaits the Bulldogs next week. We'll take a break, come back. We got post-game coverage for you to recap the night and say so long. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more Bulldog football on KLEM.
Floyd Valley Healthcare wants you to play at the peak of your skills. Don't forget to stretch your muscles, hydrate, and schedule your wellness checks to reach your full potential. Best of luck from Floyd Valley Healthcare in Lamar.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
Klein Insulation can provide you with a complete insulation system for your attic, crawl spaces, and foundation walls. Call Kyle with Klein Insulation at 540-5691. That's 540-5691.
Touchdown for great times at the Lamar's Eagles Club. Join us Tuesday nights for bingo, and don't miss our delicious Wednesday night burger night. Proud sponsors of local athletics, where the fun never stops. Visit the Eagles Club this week.
Willow Lodge Pet Resort wants to wish all of our area athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Whether leaving town for vacation or just need a place for your pet during the workday, see Willow Lodge Pet Resort today on Prospect Street in Lamar's.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamar's and Akron.
Supporting our students in their endeavors at school is important to Prime Bank. Making sure that our students have the best chance for success is why we work hard to provide our backing. Prime Bank wishes all of our teams and groups good luck.
Hey. Car wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling and I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee in Lamar's.
Hummers Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best-looking lawn in your neighborhood. So whether it's thatching, fertilizing, or simply maintaining your freshly cut grass, call Hummers Lawn Care at 546-4087.
For all your construction needs, trust the Wilchin Brothers. They're a Better Business Bureau accredited business and will be there every step of the way to get your project done right. Call 546-4135 for Wilchin Brothers Incorporated. Bob's Bike Shop, your power sports headquarters. Yamaha, Can-Am, and Club Car, they've got the ride that fits your wild side. Visit them today on Highway 75 North in Lamar's, proud sponsor of your local sports action.
This is Ken Bigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM,
96.9 FM KLEM.
We welcome you back to our post-game coverage tonight from Sioux Center as the Bulldogs fall to the Sioux Center Warriors by a final margin of 51-32. And, well, I'll read at least the first stat that jumps out to me. The Sioux Center Warriors ran 65 plays on offense to Lamar's 47. So they just had the ball more chances to make a play. And then the rushing yardage total, Lamar's ran the ball 26 times for 131 yards. Sioux Center ran it 50 times for a total of 379 yards of offense. And that's just not going to win you a football game.
No, it's tough. I mean, coaching 101, to score, you usually have to have the ball. Not all the time.
No, that's true.
But usually you have to have the ball, and when the other team has it, you can't score unless they're going to give it to you, and they just didn't. We actually turned it over more, and so that hurts. And I just don't think anybody saw this happening, at least from the Bulldog side, at least from my point of view. So you got to learn from it. You hopefully you get some healthy bodies back next week a little bit, and you're healthy for the rest of this week, and you move on.
And you got a chance to bounce back, but it's against a top 10 team in Class 3A. MOC Floyd Valley has looked really good to start the year as well. We'll go over some of the team stats here. Though we mentioned the rushing yards, passing attempts, passing yardage. The Warriors 111 yards passing. Lamar's 184 yards of offense through the air. Sioux Center ended up outgaining the Bulldogs 470 to 315. Turnover battle, Lamar's lost that, giving up 3 turnovers in the contest to Sioux Center's 2. On third down, Sioux Center, man, they just kept their offense on the field more consistently. 7 of 12 on third down, so Lamar's is 3 of 8. Individually, let's go there. Jamie Sitzman, 12 of 21 passing, 184 yards, 2 interceptions. He also threw for a few scores as well. Tyson Augustine, 6 catches, 99 yards on the day, and a receiving touchdown in there. Andrew Grant, 2 catches, 53 yards. He had a touchdown. Tegan Bogue, 4 catches, 32 yards, a touchdown as well. Jamie also 4 carries, 12 yards and a score. Joaquin Hernandez, 10 carries, 63 yards. Andrew Grant, 10 carries for 59 yards. Cougar Sargason led the way defensively with 8 tackles. Tyson Augustine had 7 tackles defensively. Sioux Center's quarterback, 91 yards passing, 7 of 15 for Ezra Hibma. But then you had 2 different players run for over 100 yards tonight, and Cody Sandbolt, who was a big playmaker on third downs a lot of the time. He nearly ran for 100 yards, totaling 84 yards on the ground tonight. And, boy, what a statement here by Sioux Center, running the football for nearly 400 yards here tonight. 379 to be exact on 50 carries. That is almost a total of 8 yards a rushing play. And that's not going to win you many football games, as Gabe talked about. So, again, the final score here tonight, Sioux Center 51, Lamar's 32. This was kind of one, I think, the Bulldogs, as Gabe talked about, this was one the Dogs felt reasonably confident in that they could potentially sneak by a good Sioux Center team, but that unfortunately just did not develop tonight. And this Warrior team, we were kind of questioning the legitimacy of the 2-0 record with some of the teams they had played. Well, they prove why. They are now 3-0 on the season, the dominant showing on the ground. Bulldogs did not tackle well. If we could have some of the advanced stats that some of the higher levels of football have, I would be very intrigued to see what the yards after contact was. That's whenever that first tackle is made, and then how many, or the first attempted tackle is made, he breaks the tackle, how many yards does he get after that? Because I would have to imagine at times well over 50% of the rushing yards came after contact for Sioux Center on any given play. And again, you're just not going to win a football game when you cannot make a tackle on the first try. Sioux Center did, Lamar's didn't, and the Bulldogs pay the price for it, dropping to 1-2 on the season. The final score, once again, it was Sioux Center 51, Lamar's 32. Dogs are now 1-2. They'll welcome in 6th-ranked MOC Floyd Valley next week. Sioux Center 3-0, and they get back to work on the road against one of our district counterparts. That'd be the Spencer Tigers, as they'll wrap up non-district play from there. We will conclude our broadcast tonight by taking a look at some scores around Plymouth County and Northwest Iowa. Get you caught up on some of the games of interest to you. And relay those results to you as soon as we get them. We have a few of them on hand, so let's start with that here. We'll start with some of the 8-player scores from Plymouth County. They feature Kingsley Pearson thumping Harris Lake Park by a score of 69-0. And Kingsley Pearson gets their first win in a big way at home in their return to 8-man football on their football field in Kingsley. Remsen St. Mary's has a tough go of things with Fort Dodge St. Edmund falling to the Gales by a score of 36-0. And the Hawks are 0-3 to open the season. MMCRU football, they get a big homecoming victory over South O'Brien by a final score of 51-7. It appeared Akron Westfield pitched a shutout. It's a little tough to tell on their live stream and with the scoreboard the way it is there at West Monona, but if I am reading it right, it looks like Akron Westfield secured a 26-0 win over the West Monona Spartans. They get a nice district win and are 2-0 to start district play. The last update we had from Galen Catholic had the Jays up 21-0 late in that ball game, and we'll see if we can get you an official final score. They are midway through the fourth quarter down in Neola, and Hinton leads Tri-Center 33-20. So see if the Blackhawks can finish the job. They were down 1 at half, and before this last score a couple of minutes ago had scored 20 unanswered points, and we have gotten confirmation now that it is final as Galen Catholic defeated Sioux Central tonight for their first win of the year on homecoming, no less. The final score, 21-0. Galen Catholic gets their first win of the year over the Rebels in shutout fashion, no less. That's a really good win for Galen Catholic. So we'll have a full rundown of all of those scores for you from the area and from the area districts. In fact, we're going to see if we can track down just a few more. We have a little bit of time here on our broadcast tonight, and really want to see how Class 4A District 1 is doing if we can. There's some really good games there tonight, and we know Sergeant Bluff Luton won big. I saw that score was 62-14, thumping Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson in a big contest there. MOC Floyd Valley, a team the Bulldogs will see next week, and then Storm Lake, who they'll see late in the year. In the fourth quarter, the Dutchmen are all over the Tornadoes, 49-14. Western Christian leads Spencer, 22-21 in the fourth quarter. Sheldon up big on Hartley Melvin Sanborn, 37-7. Sioux City East and Bishop Heelan knotted up at 28 in quarter number 4. Lawton Bronson leads Missouri Valley 28-0 in the fourth quarter. West Sioux beats Sibley Ocheyedan 35-14. Woodbury Central shuts out Westwood 46-0. What a big win for the Boyden Hall Rock Valley Nighthawks as they defeat OABCIG 20-6. Spirit Lake over Central Lyon George Little Rock 35-7. West Lyon rolling past Unity Christian 35-0. Do want to see if we can get a Fort Dodge score. And doesn't look, no, we do have one. Fort Dodge thumped Waterloo East 36-0. And I believe that really covers all the competitive games in our district in Class 4A District 1. And again, we'll have all those scores for you on the KLEM Sports Scores and Results page coming up later on tonight. But again, your final score here in Sioux Center. It was Sioux Center 51, Lamar's 32, as the Dogs dropped to 1-2 on the season. Well, that'll do it for our broadcast here tonight from Open Space Park in Sioux Center. Want to thank you all so much for tuning in. We're glad to bring you Bulldog football. Be sure to join us tomorrow morning. We'll have our weekly edition of the KLEM Coaches Corner starting at 8:05. We'll have 3 area football coaches on to talk about their matchups here this week. And so we'll hope you join us tomorrow morning on the KLEM Coaches Corner. Coming up next week, Friday, we head to Hartley as Galen Catholic continues district play against Hartley Melvin Sanborn, and they'll look to make it back-to-back victories after their win tonight on homecoming. 21-0 over Sioux Central. So that'll be our broadcast next week. Until then, we'll say so long for all of us at KLEM Radio. For Taylor Lindner running our video stream tonight. For Gabe Davis joining me in the booth, I'm Daniel Versteg. You've been listening to Bulldog Football right here on KLEM Lamar's. Good evening, everyone.
This is 1410 KLEM.